Away we go. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another Shenmue Day. The first Shenmue Day since the first airing of the anime. As ever, I have Mr. Shenmue World himself, James Brown, with me. How's it going?
Not to be confused with the Shen world that's in the chat.
No, of course not.
Yeah. No, I'm doing fine. Thanks, Matt. Yourself?
Yeah, all good here. Tough week, busy week, but I'm glad to be here, getting ready for the weekend of Shenmue. We got the anime this
Very good.
weekend, which episode 5, which we're anticipating we will see the 70-man battle. But first, Shenmue news. James, did you want to take us away?
Yeah, I will do. So, since you mentioned Shenmue World, let's have a quick look. So, get some links actually from this as well. So, guys, you've probably already seen this and you've probably already backed. And if you have, thank you very much. We are fully funded over on Kickstarter. We're actually over £1,000 over the goal, if that makes sense. Well, it will do because you're seeing the total there on the screen. So yeah, I don't know what else to say about that. That's just unbelievable. We'll be able to make this magazine by the looks of it, unless I don't know, about 50 people drop the pledges all of a sudden. It looks like we're going to be getting Shenmue World Issue 2. Yeah, 33 hours it took to get 15 grand, and yeah,
It's absolutely insane.
just crazy, isn't it?
Absolutely insane. I mean, I think it speaks volumes of the quality of the first issue that gets funded in 33 hours. Quite simply.
True, man. Thanks for saying, but I think it also speaks volumes for the passionate Shenmue fan base. I just think everyone always gets behind everything, don't they? You know, like the Adam Scipione's documentary. You know, that was fully funded relatively easily, I think,
Yeah.
from memory.
Yeah.
Issue 1, Shenmue World. You know, unbelievable. I didn't think it would, and then it did, and then Issue World 2, and then obviously Shenmue 3 Kickstarter itself. It's just. I'm not saying like everyone start doing Shenmue Kickstarters, but it just seems like the fan base is so passionate that we get behind everyone's project, really.
Yeah, it's absolutely mental how quickly Shenmue fans get behind things. Yeah, if you haven't backed it, and I can't believe anybody who's been watching us and following us hasn't backed it, but if you haven't backed it, James has stuck the link in the chat there. So go ahead.
Very good.
Back it. You'd be missing out if you don't.
All the issue 1 tiers have gone. That went actually in about 5 hours, I think.
Yeah, they were gone. Those 50 of issue 1 and 2 together went in a few hours. I'm not surprised because, I mean, how many messages were you getting outside of this going, is there any more? Is there any more left? Yeah, I'm not surprised at all.
Exactly. So we've got 103 left of just the standard tier with the Corey Marshall signed print. So that still plenty of them. And there's actually only 4 left of the 2 times with the signed print.
Oh Christ, yeah. So I'm just flicking down this as you're talking. I didn't realise.
No, I didn't realise that we were so close to that one being gone. So yeah, don't miss out, guys. So jumping from that, I will mention a couple of other sort of magazine-based projects that me and Matt are involved in. So the first one is Lock On, and that was issue 3. You may have seen this. We did tweet about it and stuff. This has got a Shenmue. In fact, if I link you this one, where's me bloody Twitch thing on? There we go. You can actually see the cover there on the front page there. So that's the hardcover version. That's got Ryo Hazuki. Looks like he's in Hong Kong or somewhere. As the front cover there. So that's really nice. And actually, I didn't notice, but if you see the spine thing, the obi strip, it says featuring the journey, exploring the birth of Shenmue. That is actually my article. So that's nice to see that's got like a pride of place kind of on the obi strips thing there. So that I wrote that article, guys, called The Journey there for this magazine. So if you want to check that one out, just a shout out to Lost and Cult guys.
I've seen this article and it's exceptionally well put together. So check it out. It's really good. Really, really good.
And then the last magazine I'll mention is this one called Sega Powered. So if you're just a fan of Sega in general, check out this one because issue 3, we're told, is going to have a big Shenmue feature. And the reason we know that is because we were asked to help out with some of the pages for that. So they're planning quite a few things. Shall I reveal anything? But yeah,
Keep
I
it
won't do
quiet.
just because I don't think they have. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think they have. But me and Matt are putting stuff together for Sega Powered magazine, and that's quite a cheap magazine, to be honest. That they're trying to reclaim sort of like the old school Sega sort of vibes from the magazines, and in fact some of the people involved in the magazine actually worked on classic Sega magazines, like the DC UK editor. He's working on this, and then these people that were involved in like Sega Power, I think,
Yeah, it's mental.
if anyone remembers that from like the Mega Drive days.
You're aging us, James, a little bit with that one.
I think we're all old in the chat, aren't we, guys?
We're all old as shit. But there we go. Just sort of piggyback off the back of that a little bit. Obviously, you've probably seen the interview series has been running on and off since the anime started. You'd have seen the interviews with Joe Daniels Del Neo, who I'm going to get back. Natalie Real, who is Shenhua in the anime, who I'm again going to get back. And one that I've got in the pipeline, which we will be recording next Saturday, is I have Adam Scipione, the maker of Gamer's Journey for Shenmue, on the show. So we're going to be talking about the Kickstarter. We're going to be talking about the idea behind it, the whole lot. So keep your eyes out for that one. I'm recording it next Saturday afternoon, which says to me, I think we're not far off that being distributed to the backers, just reading between the lines.
Yeah, that's going to be really, really interesting interview, because you're going to be able to ask him these sort of questions about, like, what's delayed it so long, and what are some of the obstacles they've had to overcome to get to where they are now. And if you think about it, since they announced the project, it was actually before Shenmue 3 was a thing. So they were originally, from the way it looked, they were touting it as like trying to gain a bit of fan buzz to possibly get a Shenmue 3. And then Shenmue 3 got announced, so they had to kind of rewrite the script and record things again. And then things got delayed, and then Shenmue 3 was released. So then they kind of did it a little bit so that they could get people's opinions and stuff after Shenmue 3's a thing. And then, now we've had the anime has been released. So do they change the narrative again to like incorporate the anime a little bit to give this sort of a full-fledged Shenmue document? These things that are happening, I bet they're like, God, stop, doing Shenmue stuff. We can't cover everything within the timescale.
It's been a bit of a bumpy ride for them. I'm sure Adam will be the first to admit it, but we're on the home stretch with this now. And for some of you who were in chat who backed it, you may remember, I think it was last year, we got it might have been the year before, but we had like a preview, didn't we, on YouTube for backers only of what they'd sort of put together so far. And it was really, really good at that point. And it was, pretty raw. So I'm really looking forward to the finished product. But anyway, let's sort of move on. Yanni, that is the Rio hoodie behind me from Insert Coin. I had it on earlier because it was bloody cold in my office. But with my gear going, yeah, it's really good. My gear going, it gets quite warm, so I thought I'd just throw it there. Let's have a look at who we've got in chat anyway. Spags is in, Sun is in, Fantic is in, Shen World, Frankie, Yanni, Love Video Games, Mr. Pete's is in, Sai's in, Reborn Phoenix, Right Side Alive, Sega Dream, and Spanker Prime are in as well. Good to see everybody. Over on YouTube, I've seen Only One Night's on there. I see Joe over there as well, further back in the chat. So again, thank you for taking the time to join us. What we're going to be doing this evening, I think it's quite apt, is we've all presumably seen the 4th episode of the anime. We hope. So I've got a save in Shenmue 1, where we're sort of somewhere between the start of the episode and the end of it, and we're going to play pretty much most of the way through the rest of Shenmue 1 tonight, talking about the anime, talking about what we're looking forward to. And speaking of things that we're looking forward to and things to look at, you may have seen in chat the straw poll. The straw poll tonight, I thought I'd bring this back, a bit of an old tradition, is who is your favourite Shenhua actress in English? So have a vote on there and let us know what you think. But James, if you're
How come
ready,
it says no votes when I voted?
really? Ah, for fuck's sake! What
Do I have to log in?
You shouldn't have to. It should just let you do it.
No.
Let me try and fix it. If it doesn't work, then just put it in chat. I thought it'd be a fun. James, in fairness, came up with it. Thought it would be a fun.
Let me know if anyone's got any votes working on that, because it's not working for me.
Let me just quickly dive into the chat and see if I can lift it out. Bear with me.
Can I make it? Yeah, not working for Frankie.
Ah, fuck it.
Shenmue 2, Shenhua. Yeah.
Yeah, all right. It's a problem.
Let me try and make it, because I'd like to.
Yeah, all right.
I'll do it on my account. You carry on playing, dude, and I'll.
Let me just shut Stream Elements up then, because I had it on a bot to keep posting it. So
yeah, don't worry.
Bear with me, guys.
So what was who is your favourite? I thought it might be quite interesting because we've had 4 different VOs, haven't we?
Yeah, literally 4.
So you've got Debbie,
Rabai.
I don't know if I'm spelling these right. What's the second girl's name? Akasha something?
Yeah.
What's her surname?
I can't remember. It's in our Discord chat.
Akasha. See if I can open the old poll and get that. Akasha Skolin.
There we go.
Shenmue 2.
Thanks, Yanni.
Cheers, man. Shenmue 1. And we've got Brianna Knickerbocker. Always makes me think of the ice cream when I read her name. And then we've got Natalie Real, who is Shenmue Anime. So what's this IP duplication check-in? Is that so like people can only vote once?
Yeah, exactly.
What about improved spam prevention? We're not going to get that, are we?
Nah.
Okay, so I'll make that. Let's see what we get. So I've got a link. It's the first time I've ever done this, by the way, so oops.
Yeah, if it doesn't work, bollocks to it.
Try mine, guys, just see if that works. Why is it not counting votes? Or can I not vote because I made it?
I killed Rio. It should let you vote even if you made it. So I would suggest it's buggered.
Well, it's not. The website's crap then.
Nah, bugger it.
Alright, let's see what you guys said then. Get a good idea. So Shensun doesn't like Shenmue 2's Kill It With Fire, but Shenmue does.
Okay, Shenmue 1 voice actress. Show of hands.
That's a good idea. I'll do me. Just because she's so iconic, and it's like, I know she doesn't say much, but you've got the prophecy that plays, like the amount of times I've just left Shenmue on auto in prophecy. And then you've got the passport disc. I've heard that loads because obviously we worked on Sukapass, so I've heard her voice on that. You know, telling you about the game and whatever she does. And then you've got, I don't know why I'm still on where I end up. And then you've got just the dream sequences. Maybe she does a couple. So I'd probably say 1 just for the iconicness. I do like all of them though. I know a lot of people don't like Shenmue 2's because she's got quite a high pitched voice. But so let me see what else you guys say.
I like them all, I think, but I'm torn between Brianna, who actually I think did a good, decent job, and Natalie. I think Natalie's done really well with that, but I might also be biased because I think she came over really well when I spoke to her.
So was I the only one that said Shenmue 1? Yeah. So show of hands for Shenmue 2.
It's Frankie.
Frankie. Shenmue did, didn't he?
Yeah. Yeah.
だが残念だな。なんだと？この港でマッドエンジェルスに盾ついて生きてるやついねえんだ。おめえには海に沈んでもらう。
Okay, so I'll say 2 votes for Shenmue 2 then. What about Shenmue 3, Brianna?
I think Sun said Brianna.
Indeed. I like Brianna, to be honest, as well. Shensun Brianna. So, moving into Shenmue 4 then. would you want Brianna to just carry on, or do you reckon we could get the anime cast to do some voices now?
Fuck. I don't know. It's different. Like Rio, Corey, like he should do the English, like, because he's iconic. Because Shenhua's had so many voice actresses. Yeah. I think you could do either, and it wouldn't.
It's weird.
Be a problem.
It's so weird because no one's ever kicked a fuss up about Shenhua, have they? But you look at like Shenmue 3, just changing the voice of Landy, changing the voice of Ren. Everyone was like complaining about that sort of stuff, weren't they? But Shenhua, I never remember anyone complaining about Shenmue 2 having a different Shenhua voice at the time. I might have been wrong. And then no one wanted, or no one was really saying like we need to get Akasha back or whatever, or Debbie back for Shenmue 3. And then no one was saying Brianna needed to do the anime that I saw. So we seem to be happy with a different voice actor for Shenhua every game.
Right, so by that stretch then we're getting a different one.
As long as they keep Corey for Rio in the game, I think everyone else could be changed.
Do you know what?
Although having said that, let me just say this. I would not like them to change the voice of Meowson because I think her voice was perfect.
I thought her voice was excellent, actually.
Yeah.
I would take Brianna or Natalie. Yeah, either one.
待ってくれ主遊門だかなんだか知らねえが近々中国の組織の大物が買えるらしい大物
Yeah, that's true, Spags. Like, and they were very likeable people, weren't they?
Yeah, I
they've
mean,
done like loads of interviews over the years, supported Shenmue over the years quite a lot.
聞いた話は竜の刺繍のある服を着てたそうだ
It was a shame that they didn't get invited back.
頼む俺が喋ったこと
And it's these iconic voices, I think, like Yolandi. He doesn't say anything apart from what he says in Shenmue 1, really, doesn't he? I mean, there's one flashback in Shenmue 2 when Ryo's reading the Wooling Shoe.
Yeah.
And it says, do you remember Long Sun's Out?
Yeah.
Which is strange in itself because they kind of didn't need Paul Lucas back for Shenmue 2, but for some reason they got him back, I think, because that line's different in it because they did the Chinese name.
Yeah, it says slightly differently, isn't it? Spags, well, Bill Black knows. Yeah, he does know now.
He does now.
In fairness to Bill, in fairness to him.
And he did say.
Yeah,
he said to you, he'd definitely get Eric back.
Yeah, he took it on the chin, like quite well actually. In fairness to the man. But hey, no, I think that it sums it up quite well actually. You know, Eric did a great job as Guizhang and then Ren. And Paul, Paul's Landy is the best Landy out there by a country bloody mile. I have no issue with the anime Landy. I will say that I think it's not bad at all. I don't know Paul Lucas's voice for it. I don't know. It's like in my head, it's iconic. It sounds really sort of raspy and deep and evil. I like it.
Yeah, same.
It's proper iconic, and I know the Shenmue 3 one, and this isn't to sort of disparage the act. I'm sorry, I didn't like it. It didn't sound
didn't
right.
Fit the guy. No, it didn't. Which is a strange one because I feel like Bill Black said like that guy fit perfect in his opinion, but
I mean Greg Chun did Ren in Shenmue 3.
Greg Chun. And
he's a fantastic VO. Yeah, he's done loads and loads. But yeah, I mean Eric's iconic with the role, isn't it? Shenmue 3 Landy sounds like Christian. Fuck, I'm gonna have to listen to that now. If he's, I can imagine him shouting, "Raw is Jericho." Anybody who's a wrestling fan in there. Of a certain age. Hey Richard, by the way, how's it going, man? Yeah, I think
Mr. Aziz Pizza says, well, I think Natalie is probably the best acting wise. One is easily the voice I think of when I think of Shenhua.
That's fair.
Yeah, I'd agree with that actually.
I'd say that's fair. Very fair. Anime Landy's doing
Hey
good.
Richard. Nice to have you with us. Thanks for, yourself and anyone else that's in the chat that just sat through like a 2-hour podcast before this. We premiered the latest episode 4 of the anime, rather. Shackles recap.
1回100円か。
If anyone doesn't know, we've got a podcast show called the Shenmue Dojo Show.
ちょっと遊んでみるか。
And that recap episode is usually premiered on the Friday on our channel, or on Radio Sega on the Thursday.
Yes.
And the reason we've done it like that is more for like, everyone seems to be getting content out, don't they? Like as soon as the anime's aired. So we thought we'd, because we like to like edit our shows, and Matt adds loads of footage to them as well. So we thought might quite be nice to have it prior to the next episode of the anime, so you could watch it to kind of catch back up after you've seen it.
And also, if you do want some immediate reaction, we stream on a Sunday evening, 8 o'clock.
Yeah, true.
Where we watch the episodes blind. So you get that sort of...
And that's like a podcast in itself, really.
Yeah.
まずまずかな。
You get that analysis
the
immediately.
one.
So...
Yeah.
It's always good fun.
Yeah, so it kind of doesn't make sense to do that immediate reaction and opinions and have a bit of a chat between us, and then record a podcast where we say the same shit again and release it, 10 minutes later. So it works like this, I think.
よし。
Yeah, it works really well. It gives me time to edit everything, and I don't know, we just like having a nice video with it, don't we? Video accompaniment to it. I like doing the comparison
Kind of stands
shots.
the test of time. I feel like even in 10 years' time, if there's someone that's just discovered the anime, you can direct them to, here's a
外れか。
bit of a discussion about each episode. I quite like that kind of stuff. Like when I was there's been a few shows on Netflix I've watched, and then before watching the next episode, I've seen if there's anyone talking about it, because you do get these sort of discussion-based podcasts on shows.
いい感じだ。
That I quite like listening to.
Yeah, they're quite good fun. I know the missus watches a couple. We got a question in chat. Joe Farinelli, do you like the English dub or Japanese in the games? What do you like better? For me, I prefer the Japanese. I think it has a bit more emotion to it, but the English dub's fine. It does have its quirks. I'm not going to lie to people, but I think it gets a bit of an unfair reputation. But Japanese for me
I would
all day.
say, for myself, I would say English, because that is like, I got into the series with the English cast. The Japanese is like, I get that it's better, but when I was 13 playing the game, I would never have watched anything in Japanese. Do you know what I mean? It's taken me getting into the culture of Japan, and through Shenmue basically, that I'm more accustomed to a Japanese dub now for a Japanese thing. So like if I watch an anime, like we've been watching the Shenmue anime in Japanese, and it just seems to be the right format.
Yeah.
But when I was a kid, it was always the English, and then I was a little bit disappointed when I got Shenmue 2, the PAL, and it was in Japanese, and I was more excited for it to come out on the Xbox then, because it was coming out in the English dub.
まずまずかな。
But obviously since then, I probably would say the Japanese is better. I can tell the Japanese is better acting and stuff, but I'm still very nostalgic for the English casts. And
it's funny you mentioned that about the playing Shenmue 2 on Dreamcast in Japanese. I remember being a bit, for the first half an hour, I remember it being a little bit jarring, thinking...
Yeah, it threw me, man.
Yeah,
I was in the options for about half an hour. I was like, I'm sure there must be an option. Where am I looking for this English option? And especially because I used to play it in front of my nan, so she was like really into it, because I used to play it with her. I must have completed it about 10 times in front of her, so she was very familiar. And then trying to get her into Shenmue 2 when she's about 70 odd or whatever, she's not got the best eyesight, so she can't really read the subtitles, and then it's all in Japanese.
It's funny because I fell in love with the Japanese dub after I played Shenmue 2, and for years I was craving playing it, which like Shenmue 1 in Japanese. Never got round to playing the undub until Probably just as the re-releases came out, actually. And when I did my 1 to 3 playthrough, I played all in Japanese, and that just solidified it for me. And again, I don't mean that as a slur on the English at all. I don't know, it resonates more with me for some reason. I don't know. I don't mind reading subtitles. I don't find it takes me out of it. But I know some people don't like reading subtitles. They find it sort of takes the immersion away, which is fine. Absolutely not a problem.
As part of my university course that I'm doing at the moment, there was a bit on people doing subtitling for shows and like translating from a different language. So what they kind of have to do, because some languages don't have a direct word for a certain word. So there was a thing where she was showing herself translating this show where this guy, he's got a gun at a policeman, and his mate says, "Just give it to him" or something. I forget what the show is. Someone might know what film I'm on about there, but basically that is like a difficult thing to translate, because obviously the guy saying "just give it to him, John," or whatever his name is, they didn't realise whether it's like give him the gun or shoot him. You could take it as one or two ways. So this guy shoots this policeman, and kills this policeman. So when they're translating that to have the same sort of effect, these things like swear words, like fuck or whatever, it's very difficult for this translator to get the same message across in the subtitles. Good morning, everyone. And there was something else. They were talking about how they want apparently a good subtitle, like the person doing the subtitles, a good subtitle is when someone can be watching a show, or in this case playing Shenmue, it's in Japanese, you're reading subtitles, but after say 2 minutes you're so into the show that the subtitles, you don't even realise you're reading them. Do you know what I mean? So a lot of the times, say someone says a sentence of 20 words, this subtitler might make it like 8 words to get the same message across, so that it's not a constant sentence thing that you're reading. They've made it easy to read, but being able to follow the narrative at the same time. So they were saying a good subtitler does that in a way that you don't even notice you're reading the subtitles. And I've been in films and stuff before where I'm watching, I think it was, if anyone's seen Parasite.
No, I haven't.
Have you seen Parasite?
No.
Yeah, that Korean film.
I've heard of it.
At a certain point, you start off reading the subtitles, you notice the subtitles, but then about 10 minutes in, perhaps, you don't even realise you're reading. Does anyone know what I'm on about?
Hey sheep.
Let me read what you've been putting. Frank says, I think that's probably what happened when the anime people translated the code words combat. Yeah,
quite
agreed.
Possibly. It's just it's ironic because the English dub is fine. I buggered this up completely. The English is fine, so it must have been a different team that did the translation for the English to the subtitles for Japanese, which I found a little bit funny, but
quite a lot of people who watch Parasite.
Seems I need to get educated with films.
Yeah, Shenson. I mean, I don't. The thing is, Shenson, I just don't have the time to dedicate to do, because I would do. I'd love to watch more anime. I'd love to play more games in Japanese if I could, just to try and.
Hey, Stuart.
Ezra was telling me at one point, I think you might have said in your interview with Ezra that he played Shenmue 1 and he actually kind of learnt Japanese from playing Shenmue in Japanese.
Yeah. And Ryan Payton said
something I've never done.
Ryan Payton said something similar as well, that he was picking up the Japanese from it.
Definitely need to. It's just finding the time, man, at the moment. Yanni says, being 14, playing the game in English, and used every time he could English, and every time I could use English vocabulary book. So, what's your native tongue, Yanni? That's not very good English either. So you learnt English from playing a game? Is that what you're saying? It's like the same with the anime. Reading the subtitles becomes second nature, like a minute into the episode. Yeah. So they've got a good subtitler on board then, Spags, I think. That's the case. Hello, Stuart. I think there might be a Parasite anime as well, right? I didn't know that. Sheep says that's kind of localization where then really Sega's team that is incredible. Yakuza was one of the best examples, I think. Like when they have to translate Japanese idioms to make sense to English players.
Don't get lost.
Yanni says native language is Slovak. Very good.
I need to go to Japan, Stuart. Just seen your comment. It's on the bucket list.
Especially now.
Yeah.
Switch just was saying, like, with all the new locations they've done in the anime, these these can be a lot for a good Yokosuka pilgrimage now.
Oh, for sure. I'd have to do the lot. I told the wife it'd be like a day doing the whole lot.
Because he actually took me to that. You know that there was a brief glimpse of that park, that Mikasa Park I was on about.
Oh yeah.
He took me there. And he was kind of like, he took me there because it's the harbour basically, but it's not the harbour because over the little bit of sea you've got in front of you, you can see this harbour sort of, factories and cranes and stuff in the distance, and ships and stuff. But right next to that park, if you just like walk along, I want to say the seafront, you know what I mean? It's not the seafront, it is the seafront in a sense, but all the way along this park. You eventually get to a road, and that's where that tunnel is. And he showed me that tunnel, thinking I would find it cool, which I did. So I've got a photo of like the front of this tunnel, the Wish Tunnel.
Excellent. I'll have to do it all when I get over there. Probably it won't be this year, but maybe a couple of years. Tend to get over there. Hey Retro, how's it going?
You do.
Good to see you, bud. Oval Earther as well. It would be good if they remastered Shenmue 1 and 2 with Shenmue 3 graphics. Well, I don't know if you've seen it. There hasn't been a little update in a little while, but there is the Dragon and Phoenix project headed up by Lemon Hayes and his team over there, who are putting Shenmue 1 and 2 into Unreal Engine with two modes. You're going to have a classic mode, which is called Dragon. And you're going to have sort of an updated modern mode, which is called Phoenix. If you check out our forums, there's loads of images kicking around there if you want to have a look. But yes, it would be good.
I'll try and get that link up by you.
As I mentioned it.
Just say thanks, Retro Godfather, who says he backed Issue World Issue 2 and he got a friend to do it as well.
Brilliant.
Which is pretty cool.
Here's a question then. What would people prefer? A proper remake, ground up of Shenmue 1 and 2, or a Shenmue 0? Bloody cat. Shen Wilson wants a 0. Good stuff. Shenson wants a remake.
Both, yeah.
Both.
Why not
Yeah,
both?
Yeah. Frankie wants both. Oh, that's the link for Dragon and Phoenix. Cheers, James.
That was the development log 4, which is pretty cool. That's got all the arcade that they've done.
Shenmue 1.5, the boat chapter. Stuart remake. Shenson's Shenmue Zombies. What? So we're going to go for a Shenmue Dead Souls sort of thing, are we? I suspect, and this is what we were saying on stream on Sunday, I suspect we're getting the boat chapter, and they'll move Chai's fight from the harbour to the boat, because we know in the comic he fights him on the boat. I can just see them doing it. That would be spot on. Is there a way to donate to the Dragon and Phoenix project? Ooh, that's a good question. Was Lemon doing something around that?
He mentioned it at one point, didn't he? But I don't know if there's a link or what, but we can ask him for you if you like.
Yeah, we can ask him, no problem.
Frankie's got a good point there, though. She says, let's get the games and story finished before we remake everything, though.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I'm convinced we're going to get some of the boat. Absolutely convinced. I hope I'm right. It just makes sense. It makes absolute sense.
So. I mean,
why wouldn't you?
It kind of sounds like you've seen it, to be honest, mate, the way you keep going on about it.
Well, you know, pulling in my my contacts. You know, Mr. Big Shot.
But I really hope so, because we have said before, like, it seems like, and I don't know if you confirmed it, but, you know, someone, seems like there's like an actual fan on the team because of all the Easter eggs and, you know, everything we're getting in the episodes. It's too good in it for like a brand new team to have made, in my opinion. Like both of them haven't really got any experience with Shenmue. If you go back to that Crunchyroll Expo, neither of them sound like they played the game. Do you know what I mean? So to get an anime that's this good and has this much detail and this many Easter eggs that only Shenmue fans would know about, in a sense, I think you've got a good basis or whatever for suggesting that we could see the boat chapter.
I think Guizhang will get hurt on the 70-man battle in the anime. I think that's where they'll do it.
Well, they could do. I mean, the way it's going, if you remember the end of, this is spoilers anime wise, but the end of the episode 4 anime we just had, it basically ends setting up that the next episode's going to start with the 70-man battle.
Yeah, it's all going to sort of kick up. I think that's a good move, though. Hook people in with that, and then you get on the boat. You have the final fight with Chai on the boat, and then it ends with this Hong Kong skyline. That's what I want. And
that's why you're seeing the scene in the trailer where Nozomi and Ria are on the bike and it's daytime. It's because they've moved that scene now all as one playthrough, so it is going to get gradually brighter by the end of the 70-man battle because it was already night time to begin with.
Yeah, because when you get back from 70-man battle, it's like 4 in the morning, isn't it, or something silly?
Yeah,
it makes absolute sense.
Let me read a few of these comments. So Sheep saying, yeah, I think we will. It's probably why we haven't got a second trailer or any trailer past Shenmue 1 yet. Keeping stuff secret.
If a trailer launches tonight and anybody notices it, do tell us and we'll stick it on.
Yeah. But, to be fair, they could have shown, you know, they've got the preview trailers before the next episode. They could have shown something still from the Shenmue 1 segment we've got left. Do you know what I mean? Like, if they're worried about spoiling a Shenmue 2 scene or a boat chapter scene that might be in this next episode. Yeah, we haven't had it yet, Spikes.
No, there's been absolutely nothing. It always dropped on a Thursday, but we haven't had any.
So they're holding the cards close to the chest because obviously this is the kind of the big finale of Shenmue 1, perhaps. But like I say, they could have shown a little scene from the 70-man battle fight. We did get at the end of the episode, we got that preview of the 70-man battle fight, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. Over there, I played Shenmue 3 DLC. Yes, I've played all of it. Love Battle Rally. The story stuff's quite good. The boat stuff I'd take or leave, but it's okay. It's got one funny story bit in there.
Yeah, I completely agree with everything you just said there. Yeah, the Bailu-chan stuff's amazing. The Battle Rally stuff's amazing. The Zhang stuff is an 8 out of 10 for me. Nice to see him back, but Chowan sounds a little bit. It's like back and forth, especially if you do it all at once. If you play it, I'd love to play it. I never really played it with like at the start of the Niawu section. I just nailed it with when the DLC came out. And it was a bit back and forth. And Merry Cruise is okay, like you say. It's just a repeat of the games that you can find everywhere else. And that big wheel got me for ages. It took me ages to land that fucking doll.
Oh, fucking hell.
I'd rather, I think, the fat kid story first, and then the doll the second one, because it just took me so long to see the second story, and the second story is the better one in my opinion.
あいつらうるせえんだな。海にゴミとか捨てやがって。まったく。特に最近荷物はもう静かにして。そうですか。
So Frankie did say that was a good comment actually. I think we will get at least something on the boat because it might be a bit jarring for people who haven't played the game to just skip over a whole 3-week journey.
すいません。
So unless they say like 3 weeks later, and then you know,
マッドエンジェルスのことなんですが。
And it just sets the context. Wow, you know, at the start of Shenmue 2, how that little girl and the mother says thanks for the help. They can't really do on that in the anime without context, in my opinion. In that format, it's okay in the game. It was still a bit weird in the game, to be honest, when she says thanks for saving her on the boat, and it was like, you know, what happened? Yeah, but I think in the anime, you can't have that scene again. Do you know what I mean? It needs to have more context.
1回100円か。
Hey Ginger, by the way.
Be very exciting. This is what Shoot said. To get into Hong Kong, as we've literally seen nothing past Costco.
Yeah, we haven't. We've seen diddly squat.
Those clips spoil too much, Shenson says, which is I do agree with. That last one especially that we got, that was like a whole 3-minute cutscene.
It was quite a bit, wasn't it?
Yes. That's what Sheep says. 3.5-minute one last week. It's a big chunk of the episode when it's only like a 20-minute episode.
Yatta.
Oh yeah, bloody hell! You're looking at
does
like,
anyone know one lock on? Sorry, man, carry on.
You're looking at like a 3-minute episode. Yeah, it's nearly flipping 20% of the show.
Yeah, exactly.
Yatta.
Only one night says, does anyone know where the lock on issue 3 shipping? And I don't, but we did get an email today. I don't know if you saw that, or the hardcover guys got an email. So depending if you backed the hardcover or soft, that said they're taking your name for like the back pages. Yeah. And they were saying that they were hoping to everyone to get that after 2 weeks. So there's at least another 2 weeks before anything happens. So I think they may have said April on the Kickstarter. So
I thought it was April. I mean, if they're doing it in 2 weeks, that's fair play.
Yeah. 1回100円か。
Matt, Jim, do you know what I love about you guys? No matter what time of the day is, when there is Shenmue related news, you're all going to make a YouTube video at 2 a.m. in the morning. You're not wrong. There's someone, that's a good thing, because we've got so many people in our staff. Well, I don't say, or you know, that we cover every hour of every day, because 8 out of 10 are like UK based, aren't they? You know, we're quite a UK based. It's quite funny actually. If you're enjoying like your English sort of Shenmue news, we are like catering to that, because we've got, when we do a podcast, we've got 3 English speakers, like very British. You know what I mean? So hopefully you're getting a lot of the references and the quirks and stuff that me, Matt, and Titch. Which is weird, isn't it? Because there's no one else. Like, you look at the Sega Bits guys, they're both American. Andrew and Matt are Canadian.
Yeah.
Megavision's guys are mostly American. It's just weird. The dojo, for some reason, is very UK focused.
Never used
I know, like, obviously, in the chat now, we've got people from everywhere, but Peter's Irish, I suppose. Does that count?
Yeah, it counts.
Okay.
Hey Titch, by the way, good to see you in.
Oh, hey Titch. I haven't got down to you yet. I'm just reading some of these comments.
Fuck's sake.
Too many Chowan signs in that DLC. Took me hours to the big wheel. Yeah, same here. A lot of people have talked about half the next episode being on the boat. I honestly really hope they don't do that, because there is a lot of emotion you can pull from Rio leaving his home, and relegating that to half an episode would be a disservice to that part of the story. That being said, I really love the boat chapter at the beginning of the episode next week. The thing is, so you're saying if that was in the next episode, so the first half of the episode is like the 70-man battle and leaving home, and then they've got another half that's the boat. I think the boat thing only kind of needs to be like a 5-minute thing,
right?
Yeah,
it doesn't need to be long. It really doesn't.
It doesn't need to be long. It just needs to be Rio sitting down in his room or whatever on the boat, and then maybe he hears a scream. He goes outside. There's Chai harassing a little girl he's got in his arms, and then he does a counter elbow thing, falls in the sea. She thanks him, and then
job done.
He arrives in Hong Kong. Yeah.
Hey Nikolai, welcome. I will say this, Jan, if like there's any sort of rumours that they were going to announce Shenmue 4 at the end of the last episode of the anime, I would stream at 5 in the morning. I'd do it. Just on the off chance that I do not want to miss that live. Just for the record.
Would you wake up early or would you stay awake?
I'd go to bed and wake up, so I'd probably wake up at
Would you? See, I'm the opposite. I'm more of an hour. I'd probably just keep going. I'd just power through until like 5 p.m.
I couldn't do it.
Because I know I struggle to get up regardless. If anything's happening at all, I struggle to get up.
See, I get up fairly early anyway.
You get up really well, man. From the, some of the times, like I'll have left you a message at like 4 in the morning, and then when I wake up at like 7:30 or something to get to work, you've already messaged back at 6:30. So you're more of a morning person, I feel like.
I never used to be. Never ever used to be at all. When I was younger, I was always a night owl, but I think work converted me the other way.
Hi Titch, I just read your message, by the way. Been lurking, but now she's finally in front of the chat proper. Happy Shenmue Day. Happy Shenmue Day to you. Americans squinting while listening to the podcast, wondering what the fuck light is. That's true. Although they do have their own thing, I think. Don't they call it something else over there?
I can't remember.
I know. I can't think what it is either. It's whatever is in Marmite, some sort of yeast. Don't they call it like yeast something? Which is equally as off-putting.
Yeah, I can't remember what it's called.
I'm pretty sure Sega was popular versus Nintendo in the UK compared to Nintendo's dominance. What was that in relation to?
I was talking about. I can't remember actually. I thought we were talking about Sega. I can't remember what it was now.
UK Shenmue guys cover the whole of Europe. Ideally, I'd want episode 6 to be a farewell episode. I just don't think they're gonna.
They won't do it.
Hark on too much with a whole full episode of saying goodbye, will they? Like the pace. He's gonna say goodbye to Ine-san and Fukusan, and that's it, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
The only thing he might do is Tom. I'm hoping we get the Tom scene with the tornado thing.
I'd like that. I think they're even Nozomi. I reckon they might do a flashback similar to what we get in the game.
Yeah, they've got to. The amulets and the credits, man. So that is for certain. The only thing I don't think we will see if they do Tom, I don't think we'll see the plane go in the sky, because even that in the game didn't really make sense to me. Like, how's he got on the plane that fast? Or is Ryo just seeing a plane? That was the thing, you couldn't really tell from the context whether that was Tom. I know he says my friend Tom when he looks up at the plane, but if you open bloody Sky Scanner, there's about 10 million planes in the sky, aren't there? Yeah. So it's like, what's the chances of that one being Tom, like Ryo knows? So that could have just been he just looked up at a plane and thought, my friend Tom. So Sheephead said, I guess they kind of have been building up to the Ryo Nozomi love line though. So they have to give a certain amount of time to them saying goodbye. Yeah. Wonder if we'll see her in the park again, like crying, that crying scene.
I don't know, because I don't know if that fits her character in the anime.
It might do now though, because she's really contemplating going to Canada, isn't she? And then Ryo's obviously going to be going to Hong Kong, so.
Yeah, it's true.
And it's, especially if she knows that's it, that's the end of her relationship. And then do you think we're going to get a new ending? Shenmue 2 stuff?
I think it'll be the rooftop, and I think he'll fight Landy. Because if you look at
no, I didn't mean that. I meant the theme.
Oh, the theme.
The ending theme at the moment is all Nozomi based, isn't it?
Well, they'll probably change the art. That I could see happening, because it makes sense. I don't know what they're going to do with that, because, I mean, Ryo buggers off to Hong Kong. Your next sort of female interest is Joy, but she's very different.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll play too much on that.
We might get a bit more. But was that the intro? Which is where we're getting Shuing and Ren? Is that in the intro?
We've seen Ren and Joy. In the intro, yeah. We haven't seen any art of Shuing yet.
I reckon we'll switch that up then.
But yeah, if you look at the intro, there's a bit in the intro where Rio and Landy sort of face off, and there's like stuff coming up off the ground. I reckon that's the helicopter on the rooftop fight. I reckon they'll face off. Personally.
This is just going back to that one. I think it's Vegemite. Vegemite sounds more. Nicholas has been waking up 5 to 6 a.m. every Sunday to catch it.
Good work.
Pretty much live.
I'd do it if we weren't going blind, but.
Yeah. And Frankie said that was in relation to why Brits dominate the Shenmue coverage. Yeah, I see what you're saying there, because it was like very Sega heavy in the UK, wasn't it? It wasn't my opinion. Master System was very popular in Europe, and everyone seemed to have a Mega Drive when I was a kid.
Yeah.
No one seemed to have a SNES or anything.
Ow, no escape, boy.
The only time, from my school at least, when people didn't have like a Sega console was the PlayStation era.
Yeah, that sort of.
No, I haven't said that. No one had a Saturn. I was like probably the only person at school to have a Saturn.
Yeah, I probably was the only one as well.
I feel like Tom won't appear again now. Stuart said.
It's possible, isn't it?
It's a shame that they only gave him that first episode, because it did seem like we might see more of him. I don't know. I expect the goodbye will be the middle bit before some kind of climax.
Yeah.
So we're just going off that we know what Shenmue 1 is, don't we? In terms of story, there has to be a big climax, but does there have to be a big climax at the end of the next episode?
I just think you'll get. I don't think it's necessarily a massive climax. I think it'll be just seeing Hong Kong for the first time.
So you think we're not definitely, but you think that we might see the start of Hong Kong in the next episode?
He might even step off the boat. And
that could be the end of the episode.
Yeah.
He's in new territory. Bang. Spags, okay, that's Australian Vegemite.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We need to get the scene of Rio and Nozomi having that picture taken too. That would work, because they've introduced Mai enough that they could come over,
We've gone too far though, haven't we? In terms of the anime story, it's gone too far. Unless they flashback it in.
Well, they don't need to flashback it, because no one knows that it's happened, do they? So they could have the 70-man battle, and then the next day Rio could be at work, because we've seen in the trailer something happens with a forklift smashing through a wall. Although we were saying that could be, say, someone like Goro smashing into Warehouse 17 to help Nozomi.
Yeah, quite, yeah. I don't think...
Because he knows where to go because of the number thing.
I don't think we'll get a photo. I don't think we'll get it. I mean, if we do, great. It's a great touch, but I don't think it's imperative.
I think we might, because... No, it's not imperative, but then he carries that into Hong Kong with him, and then when we get to the Shenhua stuff, he could show here's Nozomi, and then you've got...
You're quite right. They've retconned, the bloody... the white leaf in the anime. What they could do, actually, is Rio could take a pre-taken photo of him and Nozomi with him. Grabs one out of his desk as he leaves. If they didn't want to do the actual scene itself, they could do that. But
I just think they've introduced Mai. Are they just going to move over that now? Are they not going to have a Goro Mai thing going on?
They introduced Tom in one episode, and that was the end of that. So, Mai seems to be a bit more important, doesn't she? Here in the anime.
Yeah. We haven't even seen Hisaka-san, have we?
Nope.
Who is the official lunch lady of the harbour.
That's a good shout, Spags, that she might give him the photo of Naoki and Ichiro, yeah?
Oh, that's true, because we've seen that a couple of times now, haven't we? Unless I'm just because I've been watching so much. I think it's just once or
we've definitely seen it a couple of times.
Okay.
Yeah,
catch up on some of the stuff, guys. Nozomi, the shrine. Do you think we'll get the amulet at the shrine? I think we've got to see that one.
Yeah, I'd be very, very.
I wonder if it'll be a
surprised.
flashback. You know, in the game it's a flashback. I wonder if we'll get it in real time.
Possibly, I could see that actually, because we know he has the amulet in that first trailer we got in October last year. He has the amulet with him. So
yes,
we know
that's very true.
We know he gets it. So I would assume that will happen in some way, shape, or form. Anyway, how they do it, flashback's the easy way. It's in line with the games. If they didn't do it as a flashback and did it in some other way, I'm cool with it. But I'd like it. I think they should do it. What do we think about this?
Nozomi tells her dad to do one and joins Ryo going to Hong Kong. Nikolai says Sega and Europe was mainly popular for the Master System. Nintendo and PlayStation were slowly getting more popular. I don't know. I do think Mega Drive beat Nintendo, didn't they? I don't know about all countries in Europe, but
the Mega Drive
in the UK,
more popular in the UK. I don't know about the Master System so much. I couldn't tell you, but I know.
I'm not sure. I know a friend had a Master System.
Loads.
But that's literally the only one I'd ever seen.
Loads of my friends had Mega Drives. Loads of them.
I think the Master System was it successful in Brazil or something? They're still making games for it in Brazil today or something daft.
They probably were. I know they were at some point. Even into the mid 2000s, they were making games for that. So they probably still are. Which is mental.
That is mental to think, isn't it? What do you think about the change to Ine-san? She's against Ryo seeking revenge in the game, but isn't arsed in the anime, Frankie says. Which is a good point.
I think it's different. I mean, Nikolai's just said it. Ryo's more focused on finding out why his father was murdered. So revenge, although it's a subplot, it's not the blatant plot. I do wonder, as we enter Hong Kong and the stakes rise, whether Ryo becomes more angry and that vengeance side comes out more, because that Zhuing arc is very much centered on Ryo's lust for vengeance.
Yeah, and he's got to learn these sort of morals and patience and obviously the full voodoo. It is an interesting point. I mean, I do feel like he would be more angry after the fact rather than 6 episodes in. Why is he suddenly going to start being angry?
I don't know. I just want. Hey, nudges.
Nudges.
I don't know how that'll work. Unless they mould the Zhuing plot a bit more. That they change it so that Zimming goes off to find out why the family were murdered. So it's got a parallel with Ryo still. So they don't sort of hone in on the vengeance stuff as much. That might be the way they do it.
I'm looking forward to that stuff, man. The simming.
Yeah, I
stuff.
am. That sort of stuff. So the real sort of nitty gritty. I mean, for anybody, obviously we've all watched the anime, we've played the games, but if anybody's not played the games and doesn't know what happens in Shenmue 2, the shit's getting real.
Hey, I'm doing
good, Nudges. How are you?
I would like to hear from someone that's only watched the anime so far.
I would.
What they think of the story, because I'm wondering if it's such a blur they can't really keep up, or they're following it quite well and they're interested to see what's going to happen next, kind of thing. And or as Shenmue fans, we didn't know what was going to happen, did we, when we went to Shenmue 2? And I think a lot of us didn't expect that kind of mystical ending, because I remember back in the day on the forums, one of the main topics was how people were kind of upset that it went down that road, because it was they appreciated it for being a very realistic sort of game.
Very grounded,
they were never expecting this kind of they were never expecting magic and flaming swords and stuff. And at the time that was I saw a good meme actually recently, a very Shenmue fan focused meme, where it was like 2003. What's this magic bollocks kind of thing, and then 2023, it's like, where's our magic gone? It's like, that's all people want, isn't it?
Yeah, I like
these
that.
days. It's like, why have they retconned the magic stuff?
Big news だ。
Yeah.
トニー
Back
と
in
ス
the
ミス
day,
が
people
もう
were
本
like
当か
really
まあ
against
多
it.
分分かった Be careful ああ No problem 俺よりも流殺の日簡単には奴らにとってあいつらにそうか分かってる
Waffle on so much, I'm missing all the stuff.
危険は
So Stuart said he thinks
Mark,
only
Leo.
him and his friend had a Saturn at school. Did you have a Saturn? You never had a Saturn? Oh, you did have a Saturn, didn't you, Matt?
Yeah, we got a Saturn. I've still got the original one down on under my TV.
Did you have any friends that had a Saturn?
No,
That kind
I
of just you.
think I was the only one, certainly in my year group, probably in the school, quite honestly. But I got a PlayStation very, very soon afterwards as well. But yeah, I think I was probably the only one in the year group got a Saturn. Don't care, loved it, absolutely loved that Saturn.
Yeah, same on.
1回100円
Has season 2 of the anime been confirmed? I would have thought it was a done deal game by the reception season 1 was received. So this was a point I wanted to talk about. Do you reckon? So you know how you were looking at the ratings, and whether it's just because Shenmue's got the prime slot at the moment in this Adult Swim run. So we're on at 12 AM, aren't we, in America on this Adult Swim thing?
Yeah.
And was it episode 2 or 3? You had the
まずかな。
ratings from somewhere, and Shenmue was like the most watched thing, and then you've got your Attack on Titan next that was like slightly less, and then Naruto was slightly less, which is like amazing, really, when you're putting it up against those names that Shenmue's got more views. Or is it just because it's the first show at a more reasonable hour? You know, it's not like 1 AM, 2 AM, 3 AM in the morning.
I do
People...
think the slot has something to do with it, but I actually would say, if you look at the numbers, they're quite consistent in the ratings.
Yes.
They're all around sort of 250,000, around two. Yeah, I think episode 3 was 300,000 viewers roughly.
ラストか
So it's in the sort of 200 to 300,000 viewers each week. So if it's maintaining that, which is fantastic, which is sort of in the middle to the upper range of what Toonami stuff tends to get. So I reckon that
which sounds good. Sounds good for an anime.
まずまずか
in
な
my opinion. Like when I saw that like 300,000 people had watched a Shenmue anime, and that's just one specific
どうしよう
outlet.
か
Because the majority of the people I know are watching it on Crunchyroll,
もう少し遊ぶ
the
か
Japanese dub. Maybe that's just, again, that's me being the English kind of focused thing where that's the only option we've got, and the Americans and stuff are just happily watching it on Adult Swim in the English dub. But that sounds a lot to me. So hopefully because of that, there's already a season 2 being like greenlit somewhere. Why would they not?
I mean, I think they have plans for it. I don't know. I don't think we'll hear about it this year, if I'm honest. Most animes, I think you have to wait around a year, 18 months from what I've read to get like confirmation of a second season. Then they've got to make it. So it could...
Do you think that is because they need the show run to finish to finally kind of like gauge where we're at? Or do you think even after 5 episodes they're like,
I think
this is going well, guys, let's source to season 2?
I think what they've had in figures so far would certainly be leaning them towards making a second season. They'll look at it at the end and go, right, how have we done? And I also think it will hinge on merch and DVD and Blu-ray sales. If that sells out as well, I think you're in. I really do.
Merch is going to be interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean...
Because obviously I did have an email the other day that was saying about a Crunchy... No, what was it? There was another expo coming up, isn't there?
Crunchyroll Expo in August. We were talking about it, I think, last night, weren't we?
So is that where it was announced,
yes.
that expo?
Yes, where they announced
it.
But
this is going to be an in-person one this time around. So I was saying, I hope, because I don't think we're going to be able to go, that there's not going to be like a ton of like promotional merch because it's like a bastard to try and get a hold of.
Oh, Christ.
But if Shenmue is there, is that because they're going to announce a season 2? You think it's too early to announce a season 2?
I mean, you'd be in August. Bearing in mind the anime's due to finish April. I can see
May, June, July, August. So there's a 4-month gap there.
I can see them selling merch there. I hope it's not exclusive merch, otherwise I'm gonna have to pay someone to get it for me. But I think it's too soon.
Let us know if you're going.
Yeah,
guys in the chat.
Because it's over in America somewhere. So there's no way I can go.
No, not this year anyway.
No.
Well, you're already going, aren't you?
I'm going in September to Florida, so.
September. Yeah.
Nowhere near it.
Oh,
bollocks.
What did Stuart say? Hang on. So I'm really curious to know what those who haven't played the game think. I've seen a couple of tweets of people saying they want to check out the games after watching the anime.
Yeah.
Which is what we want. This is exactly what we want. People check out the games because of the anime. The more that do it, the better. The more sales, the better. The more the market is for Shenmue 4. And that's the other thing. We haven't actually mentioned Shenmue 4, have we?
How do you mean?
Like, within all of this, we're talking about Anime Season 2. Where does Shenmue 4 fit in all of this?
Yeah. Because essentially, a Shenmue Anime Season 2 cannot just be Shenmue 3, right?
Wow.
They have to do more than that.
You'd have to fill it out quite a lot to make it a single season for Shenmue 3.
So ideally, we want the game before the anime season 2, right?
Yeah, because I don't want the anime to go past the source material, and there is a realistic possibility that could happen. But
especially now it's seemingly successful.
Yeah, I don't think we'll get a Shenmue 4 announcement. And just to answer Nikolai's sort of comment in the chat, I don't think we'll get an announcement smack bang at the end of the run. I can't see it. I think it's too soon. But I can see it towards the end of the year. But I'd love it.
I'm trying to think
that
now.
Would be the dream. If they did that, it'd be amazing. So
getting to Yu Suzuki's head here, he's the executive producer, director, or whatever, the anime series, yeah? Could you see him wanting to use the anime as an advert for the game? Then?
Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't you? It's probably your most popular medium for it at the moment. It's certainly the most current. And
so are we just expecting like the end of season 1 of the anime? It just finishes, we get the ending credit, and then that's it. Or, you know, we're kind of hoping for something at the end of the end, aren't we?
If honestly, right, like I don't think we'll get anything at the end of it. I'm being Mr. Negative about it, and I apologise for it. But I tell you what, if we do, I'm going to be loving it, absolutely loving it. Like, can you imagine Shenmue 4 being announced at the end of the anime? Can you imagine Anime Season 2 being announced at the end of the anime? I'd lose my shit for both.
Did they do that? Is there any other anime got an advert for something at the end?
I have no idea.
That's a question for Shensun.
I know nothing about anime. Like, this is the first anime I've watched in years. I mean, I don't know if Pokemon and bloody Dragon Ball Z count.
Well, at the end of a Pokemon anime series, do they advertise a game?
No, not that I'm aware of from years ago.
That could be the answer then. I mean, nice one for winning and winning can.
Well, no, I was quite surprised by that. I mean, Nikolai again. I think. Yeah, you're right. I think it could prove it marketable, and then you get an announcement later in the year. I mean, son, TGS. I could see it. I could see it. I wouldn't rule out Gamescom either. Because I think Gamescom...
I'm always interested in the E3.
Yeah.
Just because it's an E3, but...
Or teaser.
I know we did mention this the other day, didn't we?
Teaser with Nielsen at the end or something would be nice. That would be really cool. They finish the anime, say they finished it in the cave, and you get that artwork at the end of Shenmue 2 with her eyes.
Yes.
Yeah, that'd be sweet ass. Make it now.
Moment.
Yeah.
Can you have a look at the winning card before you hand it in? Oh, too late.
Oh, sorry.
It's alright.
You're quite lucky.
Let me go through some of this stuff, guys. So Frankie said a while back, do we reckon we could get any non-game stuff, e.g. Meow-son, or any unseen characters in the same way we got the non-game Shenhua Bailu stuff? Possibility, innit? Because if you know the Shenmue comic thing from Shenmue 2, the Zimming arc, there is images in that comic of Neo-Sun, isn't there?
Yeah.
So perhaps they could do something there to introduce that little comic strip for that bit as well, like Zinning's kind of origin story, how he got converted to Chiyo, or his involvement in Chiyo. And I don't think it's too far out the realms of possibility because of that Landy scene we got in that brand new bloody restaurant thing. Which I'm still not sure of if that was a flashback or not. Did we ever get confirmation on that, Matt?
I don't think we did,
No.
Guizhang Joy comment as a flashback. Yeah, that'd be cool.
That's a very good thing as well. You could see Joy ringing up
Guizhang,
couldn't you?
2 seconds. Oh.
Yeah, that'll help me catch up on the comments actually. So Nikolai said, I think that the reception keeps getting bigger and better, and that we'll get Shenmue 4. Okay, that's spurred on that topic of conversation. Who could play Ryo in real life? That's a good question. Would you cast just anyone, like a Japanese actor, or would you want to cast? It depends what kind of iteration of the, a live action sort of based Shenmue you'd want to do. Which, when you think of it in terms like that, now we've got an anime. It's again not out the realms of possibility of getting a live action film or a manga. Do you know what I mean? In fact, a lot of animes do come with a manga counterpart, so there's always a chance that you could be seeing Shenmue in different sort of mediums. But I don't really know who would play Ryo. Would you want to keep it to culture based, set in Japan with a Japanese actor, and then get someone to dub the voice, or I don't know? I might ask Matt that when he comes back. Well, when he's back now, aren't you? Are you back now, Matt?
I am back.
Question: who could play a real life Ryo? Would you want to see a Japanese actor, or do you reckon because the anime is kind of American designed?
I would like a Japanese actor, personally. I'd be interested to see what went about that. I mean, video game adaptations are a funny one. Because like Sonic the Hedgehog, they didn't use the original voice actor for that. I can't remember his name now. Whoever they've used for that.
Ben Schwartz.
Yeah. And then with Super Mario film, they fucking cast Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt, yeah.
As Super fucking Mario.
So it's not unusual, really, in this sort of sense that it's going to be in English. But then they're not live actor people, are they?
No.
Sonic's a CGI. Well, Mario, I'm assuming will be CGI as well.
Yeah.
Or will it? Is it CGI or is it Chris Pratt in a bloody plumber outfit?
I thought it was CGI.
Right, okay.
But
when they did do the Mario film back in the day, it was like Danny DeVito or whatever, though.
Oh man, that film.
I am reading your comments, guys. I'm not speaking them. Nikolai said, definitely think that Shenmue 4 will only be funded by big investors. Yeah, I don't think there'll be a Kickstarter for Shenmue 4.
Nah, that ship sailed.
No chance.
The whole point of the Shenmue...
It would just get a massive backlash anyway.
Yeah, the whole point of the Shenmue Kickstarter was literally to revive the series. It's done that successfully.
It's done that in bucket loads, really, hasn't it? Because now we would never have got 1 and 2 out of it, in my opinion. Oh, go speak to Thingy. Go back. Ichiro and whatever in the part there. I don't think we would never have got 1 and 2. We would never have got the anime. So that Kickstarter, our funding, is basically done those things as well, right?
Yeah. 考え事言う飯は何かなどっかでいやなんだよ悪いじゃあなじゃあな
I thought they'd say more at this point in the game.
I have, to be fair, robbed a save from the saves that Lemon gave us, so it may just be it was the old D3T saves, so...
Because normally they're complaining, aren't they, a bit?
Sonic 2 the movie, on the other hand, does look really bloody good.
When is that out?
April
I keep
1st.
meaning to... April the 1st, okay. That's come around fast, hasn't it?
Yeah,
I
I'm
remember
looking
thinking,
forward,
like, oh, we're
looking
miles
forward
away
to
from
that. I will be.
Yeah, me too,
I
man.
will be dragging the wife to go and see that.
That might be the first cinema I actually go to since COVID.
I saw Ghostbusters Afterlife, actually. That was the first film I'd seen at cinema for years after COVID. I like that film, actually. I know that divided opinion, but I quite enjoyed it. We got the DVD. I loved it, actually. It's really good. But I like the originals.
What are cinemas like at the moment? Has anyone been to a cinema? Are they still quiet? Because I know I've heard a lot of people saying like there was only a couple of people in the cinema.
Oh, Batman!
Was it back to normal? Is it back to normal?
I want to see Batman. But I forgot the time.
Flying Waffle did say, does anyone know where you can see the English dub in the UK?
Not legally.
So we never got confirmation of like E4 or anything like that.
No. And if you want it, you're gonna have to sort of try and find it.
You can either find it, but we're not advocating that. We're just suggesting you can find it, or you can wait for what would we'd assume that there would be like a Blu-ray release or something at some point. Hannah, welcome. She says, would love a season of 3. They'd have to really flesh it out, wouldn't they, to like do a whole 13 episode thing. If that's what you meant. Oh, I'm getting comments about the Japanese actor now. Got to be a Japanese actor. Shenson said, don't pull a Resident Evil on us. Yu Suzuki cast the Japanese voice actors with a live-action adaptation of Shenmue in mind, so Masaya Matsukaze was going to be a live-action version. That would still work, in my opinion. To be fair, whatever he's doing, he's drinking from the fountain of youth. He looks the same as he's always done. Matsukaze-san.
Bastard.
So he could pull that off, in my opinion. And then you've got the voice and the face. Yeah, Sonic 2 stuff. Dandy feet. I am catching up, guys. Sorry.
Go!
Yanni says the movie adaptations always aim for regular movie audiences because if it was made only for the fans, it would not make enough profit. So it would be a big production. The main role would probably be played by Tom Cruise. Don't know about that these days. He's about 60 now.
He looks
really
after
fit an
himself.
18-year-old. Yeah, but he
he's-
doesn't look 18, mate, does he?
No, but he's also about 3 foot nothing. So
Yeah. I don't really know of like any upcoming actors, teenage-wise, that would suit. You don't really see many martial arts films these days, do
No,
you?
you don't.
You've got what's it called, Cobra Kai series on Netflix.
fuck it. Get Tom
If any
Holland.
of them would.
Get Tom Holland to do it. Tom Holland as Ryosuke.
That guy from Cobra Kai, the Robbie could work maybe. Spike his hair, add a plaster to his face if you want like an American sort of martial artist. He's pretty cool. And it says saw Matrix 4 in the cinema, not worth it.
I've heard it's not great. I mean, I must confess I haven't seen it, so I'm not.
What was the audience like for that, Hannah? Was it busy or not?
Chuck Norris for Rio.
Is he still going?
Yeah.
And same question for you, Nikolai. Just seen that you said you went to see Batman last Wednesday. Was it busy or not? Shenson says, crying shame the martial arts genre is no longer around in movies. What was the last Jackie Chan film? Is Jet Li still doing any movies or not? I used to love Jet Li.
I don't know.
Jackie Chan, what was the last thing he did? It's a shame. You'd think someone would like have taken over from these sort of people.
See you, Stuart. Take care, man.
Jackie Chan is still doing films, but well, it seems like he's a producer actually. So I don't know if he's taking part at the same time. Jet Li movies.
Hey, Fader.
Chinese films. Good. Let's look at
Hey,
Jet Li.
Craig.
Finish!
Jet Li kind of like got into the Expendables films, didn't he? That was about it.
ほら、1位の商品だ。
No, his last film was Mulan.
ありがとう。
Live adaptation of that.
この調子で仕事も頑張ってくれな。
It's just a shame, man. I mean, he is 1963, so
今日もよろしくな。
he's 60 years old, isn't he? Jet Li,
今日は荷物の
basically.
入れ替えをやってくれないか。
Fuck
ま
with
ず
me, would
こ
you?
こに
Beat
ある
the
荷
shit out of
物
you.
を第8倉庫へ運んでくれ。そこで荷物を下ろ
Probably,
したら
but you can't
今度
seem
は
to do
第
all these
8倉庫
stunts
に
and
あ
stuff
る
that you
荷
used
物を
to.
運ぶ。
I
行き先は
I
18
suppose
番
it's the same
倉
for
庫
like
だ。
me and you.
場所は知ってるな。
You know, I have to bloody.
第8倉庫に
And
荷物を
sometimes
置いて
I get a massive bruise. I've got a massive bruise on my arm. Look at that. I don't even know I've done that.
間違わないように
That was
気をつけるんだぞ。
worse.
ノルマ
Honestly,
は
that was
マップに書い
massive
てある。
a couple of days ago, and I was like, I don't even know how I've done that. Bruised like a bloody prune.
These days now, if I like do any sport or go running or something, I have to like do a warm up, I have to do a warm down. God, it sucks.
Yeah.
Now, like when I was younger, wouldn't matter. Just roll up, do it, leave.
No one tells you. I know, like, you see like old people in the 70s and stuff like struggling to bend, but no one tells you at 35 you're gonna bloody.
Yeah.
You think, and you think this is my thing. You think until you're about 50, 60, you're gonna be as feel as young as you were when you were like 20. But fucking hell, sometimes I can sit on the settee and I'm fucking asleep in 2 minutes. What's that about?
Son, you're quite right. Stretching is really important when you're in your 30s. When I was playing regular football still, I was doing yoga 3 times a week. It's the best thing I did. But back when I was in my 20s, I wouldn't have to do it. But honestly, a lot of footballers do it. A lot of footballers do yoga in their 30s, even in their like mid 20s. It's because it's proven to sort of keep your muscles supple.
Okay. Might have to get into stuff. I need to do this sort of stuff. I always use time as an excuse. I don't have any time. But I feel it when I'm at work, man, because I'm picking up parcels. And I know you're meant to bend your knees, aren't you?
Yeah, they give you all
Rather
that.
than bend your back. So you're not supposed to bend your back like that to pick something up. You're supposed to like bend your knees, crouch down. But just bending my knees, mate, I'm like, oh my god, I can't even bend my knees. What's going on?
They give you all that.
I know it's
manual
like
handling.
6:30 in the morning, but yeah,
Honestly,
it's so stiff.
like I should do it more, but yoga is, honest to God, one of the best things I did. Hey Splash Breeze, how you doing, bud?
Yeah, Frankie, start stretching now.
Thanks for all your work.
If you're not
on the
stretching
blogs.
yet, start stretching.
Yeah.
I used to think they were just taking the piss, you know, at school when you were doing your warm up, and they get you to do all this sort of stuff and, you know, bend, like, lean on your leg like that for like a couple of minutes. Not the same for you?
Yeah. Oh, do you know something? Even to this day, I can still touch my toes. I don't know how.
Can you? I think I could. I think to this day, I used to be able to do a trick where I could hold my foot and then jump over my foot, if that makes sense,
Yeah,
while
I know.
still holding it.
Now.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I could still do that.
Honestly, if you did about 2-3 weeks of yoga, you would notice a real sort of change. Because actually,
And you say you've been doing that? Have you been following like a YouTube video? Or...
I found, I haven't done it as much, but when I was playing football regularly, I found like a YouTube video with like a routine, about 20-25 minute routine. You just do that sort of 3 times a week, and I promise you, it makes a massive world of difference.
I think a lot of it is just like perceptions of stuff, doesn't it? Like, to me, like, yoga sounds like something, you know, a woman would do or something. Do you know what I mean? It's you need to get past that kind of mindset that these things are just beneficial to life, aren't they? Do you know what I mean?
It's honest to God, it is really good. You can do those. I don't know now, but there's classes in some gyms where they call it like active yoga. So it's like gets your heart rate up as well while sort of doing your stretching and stuff. That's always a good shout.
Yeah, I'd like to do like martial arts and stuff. Well, I feel like I'm too old for that now, though.
Nah, you're never too old.
Because you think if you go, I suppose so, but I feel like if you went to like a karate class, you might be the only one that's like 35 and everyone else is like 13 or something, or 8, and then you're getting smacked in the face by like an 8-year-old. I went to the gym once and we did a Thai boxing class.
Oh yeah,
and honestly, I was by the end of it, I was about to throw up. I was like that knackered.
Like any sort of stuff like that, like body weight punching, kicking, that sort of stuff, it takes you out. Like boxers and like martial MMA fighters are incredibly fit. It is unreal how fit those guys are.
And that's your problem as well. Like we joined when people looks like they've been going for like 20 years. So she told me to like hold this punching thing for this guy to punch, and it was like I could feel these punches through it. It was like it was killing me.
Honestly, martial arts is a good way to go because as part of it, because I did karate when I was younger. I think I stopped it in my early 20s. You do a lot of stretching as part of your warm-up. So a lot of that yoga-y sort of stuff that you could do at home, you do it as your warm-up. And it's
look into this stuff, guys. You're all saying the same sort of thing. Shenson says yoga will get rid of that stiffness, Jim. He had the same thing a while ago, and yoga fixed that.
Capoeira is really good. Lots of stretching.
Yanni says, what was that? Sorry.
Capoeira.
Yanni says, Jim, you're never too old for martial arts. I suppose a lot of the times these days you can just pull up a YouTube video or something and just have a go in your house, can't you?
Yeah.
Like the yoga side of things, anyway.
Yeah, you easily can. Boxing's another good one, actually. Punch bag work, that's really good to sort of get you going, get your heart rate up.
Titch says she loves boxing. Where do you do boxing then, Titch? Do you go somewhere, or have you got like a punch bag at home or something?
And actually, boxing clubs get an unfair reputation. Like people go, oh yeah, people just go there, think they're hard and act like dickheads. Actually, one of the things they sort of teach you in boxing is respect. You respect it. Otherwise, you piss off. They're quite strict on that.
Do yoga with the missus. That's a good point.
Another thing you can do actually, if you want to sort of knack yourself out, you buy like ankle weights or wrist weights, and you do a workout with those on. You'd be surprised how tired you get, like with a couple of kilograms extra on you.
With a weight, yeah. Pitch says home workouts, punch in the air with gloves on.
Secretly, not quite. I've weight trained for years, like strength training. I've done it for years and years. God, must be 10 years I've like weight trained, and I'm not like ripped. I'm not like jacked or anything by any stretch of the imagination.
I don't think you need to be though. You don't need to be, as long as you're fit and healthy. That's all that matters, isn't it? Really.
At my biggest, my strongest, I was squatting. I could squat 150 kilograms. And I could deadlift about 200. I'm probably about a 160 deadlift these days. Which is, it's not bad for a 35-year-old croc.
No, that's not bad at all. I mean, the benefit I've got is my job, because obviously...
Yeah, you're active, you walk around, don't you?
So I walk like 15 kilometres a day, so I'm getting my bloody daily step limit and easy. I don't have to worry about that, but it's, like you say, it's the rest of the stuff that bothers me, like stretching aspect, I don't stretch. So, that's why I do feel a bit stiff in the mornings.
今日はこの辺
At the
で
end of the day, I think with exercise, you find something you enjoy or can at least sort of engage with, it's the best thing to do. Because it will, honestly, it'll help you long term.
What did I read that was... Oh yeah, Yanni was going to reply to, yeah, just whatever, mate. Just send me whatever you think is going to motivate me.
Cheap. Yeah, you'd be surprised. Like stretching, because you're stretching out, your centre of gravity's changing. And it does. It works you harder than you'd think. I remember when I started yoga, I was like, "What? I'm fucking dying."
Yeah. Well, I can imagine. We were doing a regime sort of thing at one point where it was like, day 1 you do 10 sit-ups, 10 press-ups, 10 of something else, and then day 2 was like 15, and then by the end of like day 70, it's like a 2-hour bloody exercise. Doing like 100 sit-ups, you know, it was like, we haven't got time for this.
すいませんこれを
Trick. I think the trick is, if you can get it, I'll tell you what is good actually, as well as HIIT training, high intensity interval training. That'll fuck you up.
9時を1回どう
That'll
ぞ
really mess you up.
Do you want something that you enjoy though? Like I
Yeah.
can see what Titch is saying, like with the boxing and just
外れか
punching thin air. That sounds fun. I don't want something where it's like a slog to get through. So that regime thing we were doing, where it started out like 5 minutes, and you're like, oh, yeah, this is good. Next day, 6 minutes, and then like day 30 or whatever, it's like,
これを
you know, half an hour.
は
And,
いはいありがとうござい
you know,
ます
you start feeling it then, don't you? It's like you can't be arsed at that point because it's taking too long.
I
9時を
hate
1
running.
回ど
I
う
do
ぞ
it, but I hate running. It's the worst thing ever for me. It's just one of those things. I just don't like it. But like I do, if you do something called like Tabata, which is a form of HIIT training,
また
40
挑戦してく
seconds
ださ
on,
い
10 seconds off. You do 8 rounds, 4 rounds of 2 exercises, basically. That'll mess you up. If you do that for 40 minutes, by the end of it, you're coming out looking like you've been swimming.
See, swimming, there's a thing. I do like swimming.
これを
It's just I don't have easy access to a swimming
あり
pool.
がとうございます
It's like a 20-minute drive at least to, you know.
はいはい9時を1回どうぞ
Where? Oh, sorry. Yanni says, where can I post?
外れか
Uh,
外れでし
I
た
don't know. Is there a topic on the dojo that's like off topic, something like
There's like a,
That might be a
I'm
cool
sure
topic
there's
to-
like a fitness topic on there or something.
fitness topic, something like that? That would be cool. And then I'd definitely check that out if you do one.
I'm sure.
See you,
people-
man.
Inspiration for
Koreo.
everyone, not just me. Do you know what I mean?
ありがとうございます
Good thing about the weights too. Boxing with light hand weights, you feel it. Sparring is a good exercise.
Good
Teaches you what to
deal.
expect in a
Dozo.
fight. Just need someone to spar with. Not just going to spar with my wife, are I? Someone says, Sheep, sorry,
Hazureka.
has the weakest arms in the UK. Pretty sure about
外れ
that.
でした
You are quite thin, Sheep. I don't think you need to worry about losing weight, at least. Shadow boxing.
すいませ
I
ん
might look into that
これを
actually.
はいはいありがとう
To
ご
be
ざい
fair,
ま
I
す
do some of that stuff anyway, just as a piss to myself.
はいはい9時を
Exercise
1
wise,
回
I
ど
think they
う
say
ぞ
you should do sort of 30 minutes intensive exercise a day. That's when I was at uni studying. They said you should do that.
後藤
Oh, I
か
won a prize at last.
商品どうぞ
I tell you what the best time
Nakami wa
is
mite
to
no
like
otanosimi
practice
desu.
just being a dick, like do martial arts. Is like after you've watched a martial arts film, I just feel like I can do everything. So you start doing like all this shit and the fucking
Tear your hamstring.
like just walking from one room to the other. I feel like I want to do like a flying kick or something.
And then you tear your hammy. You're like, oh no. But you,
Or like after I've watched a martial arts film, it's like if someone throws like a set of keys, it's like, you know, you catch it like that normally, but after a martial arts film, you're like,
or you just sit there and go, poof.
yeah. Start opening doors like,
Just kick the door in. Make an entrance.
yeah. There was a thing. This is only for the men in the chat, like. But there was where was I reading it? Or there was a YouTube video or something like. It's like a thing that every single man does. I think it was a TikTok. It might have been. But one of them was like, when you take your boxers off, you put them at the end of your foot, kick them, and catch them. Do you know what I mean?
I've seen. Yeah.
Yeah. I related to that. I do that. Like when I get in the shower, I kick them, grab them.
God, I think if I attempted a fly kick now, son, I think I'd tear something.
Yeah, I think Sheephead. I think Yanni's telling you to make a topic on the dojo called "Fix Skilljim's Knees," and then the first post on "Fix Skilljim's Knees" topic is your motivational picture.
It's not my knees, actually. Oddly, it's my calves that are a mess. Like, if I run now, I have to like heavily strap up my calves. I'm trying to wean myself off of it because you shouldn't continue doing it because your muscles become reliant on it. But I have to strap my calves up, something chronic now.
Yeah,
It's a pain in the ass.
always wondered like what does that do? You know, when you see people like wrapping stuff around stuff, what does that actually do?
It supports the muscles. What it should, in theory, do is promote blood flow to the muscles.
Yeah.
So you don't like fuck them up, basically.
I'm just laughing at what Shenson said. A Kickstarter for my niece.
Frankie's saying that men are weird. Well, yeah.
Is that because I was about the boxer kicking? Let me have a look at this. Apparently I've been DM'd on the forums.
Ah, fair play. Oh, back to work.
もうこんな時間か。
What day are we on now, Matt?
Day 5.
まず第8倉庫に荷物を置いて、
So we're
それ
getting
から
towards
18番倉庫へ行くん
70 man
だな。
battle. Which is probably where I'll wrap us up.
Are you doing the splits there, Yanni?
Fuck it out.
He's not doing the splits, he's doing like the forward splits.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like one leg in front of the other like that.
3 clap
crazy, dude.
press up's good.
Is that something that you would never been able to do at some point, but because of your stretching, you can do that? It's a front split, okay?
Sheep, yeah, you're making a point. I've got really tight hamstrings, but I can still touch my toes. It's really weird. I remember I was having back problems due to my hamstrings, and the doctor turned around to me and said, "Oh, can you touch your toes?" And I did. And my hamstrings are apparently like elastic bands about to go off.
No.
It's like, I can still do it. It's weird.
Oval Earther says I can do a 3 clap press up.
That's pretty impressive. I can do 2 if I push it. I don't know about doing 3. I'll probably end up on my face.
I'm out of breath eating a bag of crisps. I need to start taking some of your advice here, guys.
I mean, I did a sports degree, so I would actively promote any sort of exercise for everybody because it's honestly it's the best thing to keep yourselves and look after yourselves. Hey Terry, welcome.
Hello Terry. Cheers for tuning into the podcast earlier, by the way.
Yeah, we should have a
health and fitness. That's a good idea, mate.
Yeah, I think it's a good shout.
Go for it, son. I don't think have we still got like an others, because we debated it a while ago, didn't we? Like we have got an off-topic forum, so it could easily go in there. Yeah, it was the junk forum we used to have back in the dojo days. We had a junk forum. It was like filled with all kind of crap, but inspirational fitness topic might be quite good.
Yeah, why the fuck not? Someone like a newbie who's like just discovered these games, who's like in their early 20s, going to see some of these topics. A bunch of 35-year-olds going, "Oh, my knees, my arms, my legs." They'll be like, "What the fuck have I joined?"
Fair. It's not that bad. You know what I mean? I'm talking like 6:30 in the morning. I I force myself to bend with my knees because you're not supposed to bend with your back, and it's like, oof, it's more like a pathetic kind of thing rather than like it's actually difficult to pick up. It's like it's just you know what I mean? It's like it hurts, but it doesn't hurt. It's just like a can't be arsed. It's 6:30 in the morning kind of feeling. So I mean, I'm not saying like at 35, all of a sudden, Frankie, you turn into a decrepit sort of. You need a walking stick to continue with life. You carry on as normal. You're just going to get a bit tired at some point throughout the day. You might need a little nap. Depends what you do, I suppose.
What the biggest thing you can do, actually, and I made this mistake, and a lot of people make this mistake, is actually in your 20s, you get into the habit of stretching, looking after yourself early. Because when you hit your 30s and your mid-30s, if you've been doing it for years, and it's part of your health style, it's part of your routine, your body maintains itself better.
I need to start this then.
You also have to consider people's sort of natural sort of genetics as well. Like, my genetics do not lend itself well to cardio. I absolutely hate it. But,
I was thinking about like hair loss and stuff like that.
Oh yeah,
apparently
that's
there was a stat.
I think
where did I read that stat? I think by 35, I think it's something like 70% of. I don't know if it's again a male thing, but it's something like 70% of people have like started to lose hair, which is I wasn't sure about. I mean, obviously, like I'm receding a little bit, but not too bad. Like it's only because I've got like a number 1. I've like had my hair cut today. That looks, quite bald. But I probably could grow my hair, just choose not to.
Mine was noticeable. In the
I've got a lot of grey hairs though, I will say that, like especially my beard and stuff.
Mine was noticeable sort of in my sort of early 30s, well yeah, sort of 31, 32. I started like noticing it a bit, and then because I shaved it off about a year ago, I did it. I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it must have been about a year ago. Best thing I ever did.
I mean, it. For you, mate, it suits you down to a T. I think at Monaco and stuff you had quite a lot of hair.
I had hair in Monaco.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's got to a point where I need to get rid. Like I say, it's the best thing I did. The only bugger is it's actually more maintenance now than it was when I had hair. Because I have to shave it every sort of 2-3 fucking days.
That's bad, yeah. I don't know if I could deal with that. I mean, just going to the barber's like once a month for me feels like too much. Spag says he can't even remember you with hair, Matt.
I suspect, you know what, I think I've done more streams without it than I did with. Because we streamed, I reckon it's a few months, literally a few months of us streaming, I shaved it. Like Shaolin monks.
Yeah, we look like Shaolin monks now. I'd take that as a compliment, actually.
The only bloody difference is I can't do the shit Shaolin monks do.
What's that? Oh yeah,
like,
all the
bricks to the face and just stand there.
Yeah.
It was a wig. That was a toupee. Get it right.
I think the last time I had like loads of hair, I could probably find a picture for you guys, but it was like maybe when I was in like 20s, and I used to have like that emo cut.
Oh yeah.
It's like crush your hair a bit like that. When I see it now, it looks ridiculous.
そんなもの知らないね。おい待て。
Justin Bieber. Wasn't that nice?
Goodbye, boy.
Justin Bieber.
Hey, Bob,
Christ.
help!
I remember
I'll
those
take care of
haircuts.
him.
Beware of it and Splash Freeze, the stat in the podcast ads.
Hey, Pedro!
You got trouble?
About the hair loss. It could be actually. Oh, I tell you what, it was. It was a YouTube video for a thing called Keeps. Someone was advertising a thing called Keeps.
Nobody likes Pedro.
So where are we in the game then, man? You don't think we're going to be seeing this stuff all the time?
No. So I'm on day 5 of 4. So I'll be doing the Nozomi rescuing and bit.
What was the last Tony and Smith thing we got in the anime? Was that like that literally the heartbeats thing?
The heartbeat thing, and when they lured Rio to what looked like the cinema and he beat up Charlie and they run off down the street.
Yeah.
そいつはどこにいる？知らない。本当。テリーはとっても用心深いよ。
You got a long way to go, Frankie, to find me with hair. Must be a year.
Did you find one?
Must be a year.
There was one stream on the like you caught us off guard.
Yeah, I just did it and then I didn't say anything and then just popped up on stream with no hair.
Wasn't it Peter though? I feel like we were streaming Peter. I
客？
don't know.
I feel like Peter mentioned something about your hair.
9th of January.
I would honestly, if you had hair one stream and like not hair another, I don't think I would like say like what is going on with you. You know, when did you do it? I think it was Peter. I feel like Peter said something.
9th of January's first stream I had hair. And I shaved, it's about a year, so I reckon we did 2 streams, 3 streams, so I had hair. We'll do it. Will we end the game this stream? I don't know, we'll see how we go. See how we go. I'm tempted to.
Where have you dug that out from, Frankie? Have you
probably off of our
on YouTube? Is that?
I know there was one we did with Corey for Shenmue 3 when it released on Steam. That was November 2020. I don't know if that's archived.
With hair?
I had hair there as well.
マッドエンジェルスを締め上げて聞いた。で、蘭亭は来るのか？
蘭亭は流殺とは関係ない。奴らと取引するのは
Matt and James' first ever live stream.
だがテリーたちは蘭亭を沖の母
That'd
船ま
be
で
a good one to watch back, you know, to see like how
奴は大幹部の蘭亭を案内して私有門の有利に取り入るつもりだ。
What the fuck am I doing?
あなた方が流殺を阻止しようとしていることを。
There's a few streams in there where me and you get quite battered. When we stream with Peter, the 3 of us got hammered on stream. We were fucked.
I mean, I'm drinking whiskey now, but
I woke up that night after the stream with Peter. I woke up the next day with a banging headache. It was horrendous.
テリーたちは薬に手を染めている。今度の大掛かりなにはそれだ。
Peter's good, Shenmue. He still does some bits and pieces for us, but he likes to take a more back seats, behind the scenes role these days.
so when we did that charity stream this time last year, which doesn't seem 5 minutes to me, you had hair. That's crazy.
Yeah, and I think the next stream it was gone.
それは言えない。
It was, yeah.
だが時期を待て。
So why am I thinking that Peter brought that up?
He brought it up in stream because he was in the chat. I remember being in the chat go, fuck it, where's the hair?
No, not saying. I don't think I would say anything.
And you couldn't have seen me because you can't see me. Because we
look exactly the same. Do you think everyone in chat? Let me link this. So this is the first time that Matt ever like shaved his head. This was the first stream I just linked in chat there. Have I aged in a year? Do you think I look the same there? Please say no. Or please say yes that I look the same. And Matt, to be fair, because Matt's been shaved there, fully shaven, clean shaven. Actually, looking at both screens there, Matt, I don't think I could tell you apart.
That's good going.
That is good going. You look younger. Oh, fuck off.
今はちょっと気だるくての。またわかりました。
I think Jim looks the same. Nice one, Frankie. Someone cares.
God, I remember that stream they talk about Peter when he did Shenson's game, and everyone was getting like pissed up in the chat as well. That was really funny. That's a few years ago.
ダーツ
I tell you what would be nice if someone says I look younger now today.
遊んでいくか
Wearing the same shirt, am I? Let me double check. The thing is, Frankie, like to wear a Shenmue shirt at the moment, I've got to go through the archives, haven't I, of the Shenmue shirts. We've had the one that Matt's wearing for Shenmue 3, but to be fair, the only ones I've actually worn are this one, the two that Shensung gave us.
Oh yeah, I've got one of those kicking around.
There's another one I've worn.
まず
I
かな
think the white one, which is what I'm wearing here actually. So on that stream, I'm wearing the white one that's got.
It's Rio, isn't it, on the front?
Yes, the Sega shop.
Yeah,
Rio.
Yeah.
Bang on. The others I haven't actually opened. I've got them in my collection.
All of my, I think most of mine are open, apart from some of the Sega shop stuff. But I don't wear them that often. I sort of only wear them for streams.
I've worn the Shenmue 2 one from Forbidden Planet.
まずかな
You know the one I'm thinking of?
Yeah, I know the one you're thinking of. I haven't got it, but I've got somewhere in my cupboard. I've got the forklift one from TGS. That's a good T-shirt. I like
That is a nice one.
That's
Yeah.
a really nice T-shirt. I know I've got all the Shenmue 3
You've got the
T-shirts.
Monaco one, haven't you? The one that we paid 65 quid
Oh,
for from Monaco.
fuck me. The most expensive T-shirt I've ever bought in my life.
当たった
I swear to God, Cedric was like, I'm going to have this.
Yeah.
Although
どうしよう
it is
か
Monaco, so I suspect it was probably inflated to shit.
続け
Wherever
て
it
みる
got
か
done.
And I've never ever seen it on eBay, so it is
No.
like one of a kind.
No, I've never seen it on eBay either. I'm really surprised. You'd have thought like people would have like chucked them on eBay. Because we were out there
Brad
like,
says,
getting them for people, weren't we?
惜しいな
well, we were, yeah, we got one for Hannah, I think, right?
I think you got one for Hannah or I did. I can't remember. One of us did.
We got one for someone else as well. I'm sure we did.
Yeah,
We got one for Peter because Peter was busy doing something with the website.
that was it. He was busy, so we got him a T-shirt.
惜しいな
God, that's a throwback, Monaco.
Yeah. Oh, I wish we could go back. I want to like have a better
惜しいな
first introduction with Yu Suzuki than like just like standing there nervously not saying anything.
Did we get the black hoodie from Sacred? Yeah, I've got one in my cupboard actually. It's a nice hoodie.
I think that's what I was wearing, you know, the very first stream from that playlist.
ラストか
Yes, well remembered, Frankie,
Yeah.
that's what. I mean, to be fair, considering that was the very first time I'd ever seen Yu Suzuki,
よし
I'm proud of myself for like whipping my phone out or whatever I whipped out for,
You had your iPad, I think.
for showing that to
なくなった
class.
な
I think
iPad or whatever,
you
yeah.
had your iPad, yeah.
もう少し遊ぶか
Because obviously I was like a bag of nerves anyway, in general, but seeing him walk past us and then come over to us,
Yeah, it was cool.
I'm still proud that we did that.
Couldn't have
Because it
timed
could have
it
gone worse than that.
Couldn't have timed it any fucking better if we tried. Nobody there. They come out the bloody lift.
惜しいな
I don't know, Frankie. Honestly, don't know. He could have been just looking at it, thinking like,
Fuck's
ま
I
ず
don't know
ま
what
ず
you're
か
showing me,
な
mate. We did this. What you're showing me, we did this in 1998. I don't know if you got that it was like an app.
I think he did. I think he got
Do you
it.
think?
Yeah.
I mean, I
think
was pressing stuff on the thing,
Because
and he was like grinning and like nodding.
You showed him some of the characters. I think you showed him Rio. You might have showed him a couple of the other ones as well. And he was like, he seemed to be grinning and nodding away at it now. And I think he knew what was going on. And then I think
ラストか
we let him go, didn't we? And literally, I think Sheep, Describer, everyone came out the lift like 10 seconds later.
It's mental.
Could not have timed that better if we tried.
And the thing is, I feel like I know as much Japanese now as I did then.
よし
So I could have like
もう1ゲームだ
at least said hello to him like properly. Like you just don't, do you?
I know as much Japanese
just-
as I did
it
back
was
then
like-
now. Nothing.
It was just starstruck. I don't know. It was weird. I've got two people. I don't know. This bit controversial, but Michael Jackson. If I ever saw, obviously he's dead now. But if I ever saw Michael Jackson back in the day, I would not have said a word to him. I would have been like on the floor, head over heels. The other one is Yu Suzuki, and I can't ever see myself being comfortable around those people just because of who they are. I mean, for someone like, I know Peter's like properly matey with Yu Suzuki, and like he went on that Japan dinner with him. He's interviewed him like more than once. I can't put myself in those shoes because I would just be a bag of nerves. I don't know how I'd get through whatever I'm meant to be doing. Like if the dojo is going to do another interview with Yu Suzuki, putting myself in that position, I'm like, oh my god, I can't. How am I going to cope with that? How am I going to get through that interview, Matt? I think you'd have to do all the talking, and I just have to sit there like.
I'll do what I did. I did when we met, and I was half pissed. So.
I could get drunk. That might help. But then, am I going to shim myself up at the same time?
Nah, it'd be all right.
It might help. It might help to do that sort of Japanese introduction thing, anyway.
Point and say picture. Hey, Crybet.
Let me go through some of these comments, guys. Oh, this is a nice one from Shensun. It's worth having a good skincare routine in your 30s as well. So there's something to prepare yourself for as well, Frankie. Start getting your moisturisers and your beauty products. You might use them anyway, I don't know. I've got... I don't know if anyone shops on Muji.
Quick read.
You know the website called... Well, I think it's an actual shop in it, Muji. We haven't got any in where I live in Stoke. I have to order online, but I've ordered this. It's like a brown moisturiser. I use it daily. It's supposed to be age defining. Whatever claims that means. That's what I use my face. So it's stopping the aging. That's why I look the same as I did a year ago. Actually. Because of that cream. Shenmue World shirts for issue 3, Jim. Spag said. Possible. It's always possible.
Imagine that might drive the shipping up though. Because it's quite...
Yeah, the beauty I've got at the moment is I know exactly what packaging I need to buy because I used it for issue 1. So I'm just going to repeat the same orders. I'm going to repeat again. But for like including stuff like a t-shirt or anything different, it's going to be a bit of a headache. I don't think it would increase the weight though, so it's possible.
Yeah, weight-wise it'd probably work actually, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Sheep says he loves that Monaco t-shirt, but he's scared to wear it.
I don't know. Terry.
Yeah, that's true. Because something about the neck. The neck was like really loose, wasn't it?
It was weird fitting, wasn't it?
I feel like because I'm not going to do it now, obviously, guys. But I take my t-shirts off like that.
Yes.
So I feel like I would be scared like sheep. Like if I do that, you've try not to swear too much, but you've damage to the neck.
You stretch it, don't you?
Yeah, you've stretched the neck too much just by taking it off. Even it was such a weird material. I mean, I like it, but it's probably the thinnest.
Yeah, Sheep's just said
strangest shirt I've ever bought.
It is very thin. Like it's a weird design. Like it doesn't have a proper defined neck.
And that's coming from like me, where if I wear a white shirt, you can almost see my chest hair through it. Do you know what I mean? Whereas this was like black, and you could see my chest hair through it.
The design on the back was really cool with Rio. I really like that.
Yeah. Did we ever see that anywhere other than that?
No, it was exclusive to Monaco. That T-shirt. So
that design. Well, not the shirt, but that design of like Rio not looking. It's like the Ren thing, isn't it? Where he's got his back to the.
Oh, was there another shot of that somewhere? I can't remember.
Frankie says I had tickets for his 2009 tour. Yes, me too. Michael Jackson, you're on about, yeah.
Yeah, Spags. I thought
I've still got it actually. like a holographic. Did you keep yours, Frankie, or did you sell it? Because you had the option of selling it back to the company, like AEG or something, for like 75 quid, or keep it. I just kept mine. I have got the Shenmue. I haven't got it there, as in here, but I've got it in my wardrobe, Shenson. I wore it actually last stream when we talked about Shenmue a little bit. I met Thomas Lang, who's Thomas Lang, one of the best runners in the world, okay? I couldn't talk, first time in my life that happened. All I could do was point and say picture. Peter wasn't free of nerves. Remember the story about how he tried to avoid taking a piss next to Yusuke at the Kickstarter dinner?
Yeah, I do remember that.
That's on another level though, isn't it? That is, imagine being on a urinal like next to Yusuke. I mean, I go, is it penis shy or whatever, like next to anyone? So, Yusuke, I'd probably be pissing into my body.
Dear, dear, oh dear.
Let me skip through some of this stuff. Cyberbear says he has an aloe vera moisturiser and uses stretches every day and a workout routine that I started around the start of the pandemic, and it's done wonders for me. It actually hurts more to not do it now. Oh, that's good. You're like where everyone needs to be then. Or where I need to be. I use some European cream. That's a bit broad, Shanson. That could be anything, couldn't it? In about 20 countries. What are you using? Oh, Frankie says she doesn't remember she was 12, I suppose. Again, that's another thing for me, man. When, like 2009 doesn't feel that long ago still.
But it's quite a while back.
How old were we in 2009?
22.
How many years ago is that? 13, would you say, or 14?
13.
13.
22.
Oh, どうしたりょう
Okay.
ちょっと頼み
Oh,
が
I was the same
そう
then,
か
22.
まあ上がれよいや急いでるんだ直樹バイク貸してくれないかバイクああいいよ
He says he'd 100% take a look at his pecker.
悪いな
What are you getting out of that though, Shanson? Sheepson. Sheephead, what are you getting out of like having a quick peek at Yu Suzuki's
あんま
willy?
飛ばすなよ分かってるじゃ
Cyberbear.
あ
Great Kickstarter.
What are you expecting
incentive.
to see? More like, what are you expecting to see like? Frankie says she'd love to be at the urinal with Yu Suzuki.
Bloody hell.
Jensen's the same, needs some peeing privacy.
What
I've
if
always been weird like that. It's not. I'm not like shy. Like I've got a tiny penis or anything. It's just. It's that weirdness. It's like even at like when I used to go drinking or something, and you'd be so desperate for a wee, but then you go to the toilets, and you'd be on your own in the toilets, and then as soon as you're about to go, someone comes through the door. I don't know what it is. It's just. It must be a man thing. Or me thing. I don't know.
Yeah, this stream will be archived forever and ever.
It will. To be fair, it will. What's the stream turned into? There goes the dojo where Yu Suzuki interviewed.
I need to chase that actually.
Yeah.
Sat on my ass, not thinking about
You did send an interview off at one point, didn't you?
Yeah,
To,
it's in their pipeline. I need to chase it actually. To be honest, I'd probably just rewrite it now with the anime being as successful as it has been. I probably would just rewrite it and just say, look, let's resubmit the questions.
That's the problem you've got with, was it Sega Japan, where they like didn't they like postpone or make Shenmue Master postpone his interview for like over a year?
Yeah.
Until they got the go ahead.
Something like that.
And then, you know, it's not even relevant then, is it?
No, I know. I've got cop this up, you know. I might get away with it. Oh, I got away with this. Got away with it.
Once you start seeing the circular buildings. You smashed that, to be fair. You still had like 10 seconds left.
It was alright, it wasn't too bad.
I feel like it's easier in 1 and 2, by the way. The bike thing.
I think it is. Do we have any news of the Dragon Phoenix mod? Not since the last update. It is still running. We have seen some screenshots fairly recently, like in our staff chat. But nothing's been there's been no update for a while. But it is still being worked on.
I'm not sure why, whether it's been like cards held close to the chest sort of thing, or
possibly time trial mode for the bike. The bike, apparently. I don't know. I'd have to play it on Dreamcast again to see how I felt.
Nani?
Flying Waffle, I was saying that bike scene getting from Dobuita to the harbour. I feel like on the Dreamcast I was barely within a second of finishing. Cyberbear says, do you think they're waiting for Unreal 5 engine?
I would use it. I mean, you'd be mad not to if it's available. Why wouldn't you use it?
Is it not already a thing, Unreal 5?
I don't...
What if they made Elden Ring on, or whatever it's called?
I think that was their own engine. Yeah, it's in beta, Unreal 5.
Okay. They've already moved to Unreal 5, Spaxus. What do you mean? Like, Yu Suzuki and the Wisner?
Yeah, like transferred their assets over to... I mean...
I know, didn't they have an interview where they said they wanted to use it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he said he wanted to use it. I mean, you'd be mad not to. Because it looks bloody fantastic, especially from the tech demo they did the other year.
So we're kind of at where the anime was now, aren't we?
Yeah, we're
where the anime ended.
We're pretty much there. The boxes that you can, yeah. I tried to, but I can't get there. Oh.
かかってきな。そこまでだ。もうちょっと遊ばせてくれよ、テリーさん。遊び足りねえのか。おい。お前が遊んでやんな。
For the Dragon Phoenix collection, yeah. I was trying to think of like Yu Suzuki saying he had for Shenmue 4 or whatever. Or they planned to do that.
Harasaki. 大丈夫か？
ごめん、私。
いいんだ。原因は俺にある。
そう、原因はお前だ。
お前がテリーか。
威勢のいい坊やじゃねえか。ずいぶんうちの門を痛めつけてくれたようだな。坊やみてえなのを放っておくと示しがつかねえんだ。
A few notifications piss me off.
どんなネズミが流殺のことを嗅ぎ回ってるのかと思ったが、
bear
な
with me
か
a
なか
second.
度胸が座ってんじゃ
I
ね
need
え
to
か。
disappear for 2 secs.
原崎は連れて帰る。
いいだろう。だが
Shanson, I reckon they made a ton of Shenmue
ただっ
4
てわけに
already.
はいかねえ。
何？
Wouldn't
交
surprise
換条
me.
件がある。陳の息子の足腰立てねえようにしてもらお
What
う
the
か。
plan is, I don't know.
気象？
おお、知ってるのか。
なぜ？
I wonder how it will play out with Rio writing the warehouse
Jama
number
daka.
that Nozomi is being
Jama?
held in on the ground with chalk and then we...
陳の
I
一
think,
派がいる
Frankie,
限り、
from what we were saying,
俺たちは港の
I
香
could
港ルー
picture
トを完全に
someone
手に
like
入れることが
Goro
でき
seeing
る。
that number, like the 17 thing, and
わかるな。
instantly knowing that it's like an issue, like there's a big thing going on.
いいだろ
やめて葉月くん
Because he knows that
う。ただし
the Mad Angels are always at warehouse 17 or whatever.
うん
And we've seen that scene in the trailer of like a
姉ちゃんを
forklift smashing
連れ戻す
through
だ
a
けじゃ
wall.
不満なのかい。
蘭亭に合わせろ。
So I reckon
寝ぼけたこと言ってんじゃね
that
え
could be
よ。
this, where someone like
頭の
Goro
ネ
or
ジが
something
緩んで
smashes
る
through
ぜ
the
こ
wall
い
and
つ。
maybe
どうなん
even
だ？
Nozomi bloody jumps on a
お前たちが
forklift
蘭亭
and
の手引きをしたことは
gets
知っ
past
てるん
Terry or
だ。
something.
うんただもんじゃねえようだな。坊や。
蘭亭に合わせろ。
Yeah, I could see that Spags
葉月くん
playing around with the Unreal 4. I think you have to, don't you? If you've used your engine, if you've used Unreal 4 as your engine for anything,
忘れるな。
and you're thinking about continuing on into, you know, a
俺
sequel
は
or
そ
another
こ
game
以
or
外の
something,
チンピラじゃねえ。
I think you've got to at the moment think about Unreal
重
5.
てえんだ。
It still surprised me when I see like Limited Run and all these companies or whatever who announce a game physically and it's PS4. That still surprises me.
ごめんこんなことに
もういい。
Maybe that Landy and Rio are actually related. I know what you mean. Like a WoW, but I don't know because we know Akane is a Japanese name. See, we've spoken about this before, Cyberbear, and was it episode 6 of the podcast or something like that, where we were talking about story stuff, and we were saying there is a chance that that email that WoW left in Bailu Village, where he's like, I will return Akane or something.
Alright, I'm back.
Whether or not he means, yo dude, whether he means going back to Japan or he means returning back to Bailu. But again, it's a Japanese name, so I don't know. Frank says, definitely agree with Goro since they introduced him to Nozomi in that scene with the florist, which you pointed out, Matt, actually. Having that scene, so Goro knows who Nozomi is, you could already say that Goro is going to be the one that rescues Nozomi.
I think what I'm going to do, because what are we time-wise? Do the 70-man battle and call it there, I think.
Sounds good to me, man. I mean, you might as well finish the game at that point, right? I suppose it's like another half an hour on that.
Yeah. I'll get up early. Oh.
I'm working tomorrow, so it's fine with me.
I think Goro's better in the anime, actually. I think they've done him a good job, actually, with that backstory. Frankie, yeah, I could see Terry battering Guizang with the pipe to injure him, take him down.
They'd have to do it like right at the start, though, wouldn't they? While they're both unconscious. You'd think.
Well, no, because
Isn't that the scene in the game?
they face off,
Where
don't
they
they?
knock each other out.
You knock each other out, then he tries to kill him with the whatever it is.
Oh, and he throws sand in his eyes.
And yeah,
That scene, you mean?
yeah, it's at the end, isn't it? So yeah, we'll do the 70-man battle, and then we'll call it there. So I'll save it here. Well, I hope I can do the 70-man battle anyway. like smash it and not have to redo it.
Yeah, Ethan
Fucking Pedro.
says he wishes the Wish song was on the Data Disc
I'm
final.
surprised it's not.
I guess it's licensed, is it? But then again, it was on
See you,
in the
Cyberbear.
remake. So someone at some point. See you later, Cyber rather. So it was that Coming, which sounds a bit weird saying out loud, but Kuming. Is it Kuming? That's Japanese singer. Who did she did Wish, and she did another song actually that wasn't in the game called You're My Only, I think. If you were aware. But I would have assumed that they would have had to get licensing for that again.
Yeah.
But obviously they did do that with 1 and 2 because you just heard it. So I don't know.
I think Rio get fired.
Do you think they'll have a remix of it at least in the anime?
Tom. Hey, Ryo!
Possibly. I don't see why you wouldn't.
Hard work, ne? Dostano?
Or do get Rio fired, tornado kick, 70-man battle.
そんなことはないよ。
It's probably another half an hour.
Okay. たまには
Okey-dokey.
Tom が
Well, I
lunch
am just going to go through it
おご
and
るよ
break myself then.
No,
後で
don't worry.
お店に来る
Shenhua
ね。
True. What can I say?
Tom, yes. We all love Tom.
あんちゃん、そこに座り
Unfortunately,
な
I。think we've seen the last of him in the anime.
So would it disrupt?
悪いけど、仕事を辞めてもらえねえかな。
Seems much better Rio and China.
クビですか
Yes. Whoever modded
あ
that was a
あ、そういう
genius.
ことだ。
He might be. He might be
あん
in
ちゃん
for
がここへ
tomorrow.
来てから
Well, for
揉め
Sunday's
事ばっかりだ
episode.
よ。まあ、あんちゃんだけが悪いわけじゃないだろうけどよ。
I'd be disappointed if he wasn't. 'Cause
う
it's
ちの
quite a
会
big
社ま
part
で
of the
面倒な
game.
ことになったら困るんだよ。
I wonder if we'll
Wakaru yo
actually
na.
see Rio get fired
Hey.
as well.
わかりました。
Or whether he just sort of up and quit. Just they won't mention it ever
お世話
again.
になりました。
うん。
Right. Let's go see Tom. Oh, let's not go see Tom. My mouse isn't working. There we are. Cool. Do-do-do. I think the animation have featured Tom more. But, I don't know. Oh, Goro strutting around.
Hey, Ryo! トム、
Elden Ring.
寒い
You
か
got it
ら
on PC
コーヒー入
specs?
れるね。
Or is it on
今はちょっとそんな気分じゃ。
or you got it on
Hey,
console?
Ryo!
I heard
Look!
the PC port's a bit of a mess.
トム、その技は
Brave
My
man.
friend から習ったトルネードキックね。You に教えようか。
Yeah, it's a mess, isn't it? The PC version. I've seen like
Ah,
Digital Foundry
hello.
went like mental on it.
Okay, you rocky ne. Come on, music start.
Okay.
まずはステップを教えるね。よく見ておくね
I。might pick it up
前にステ
eventually.
ップ、ステップ、そしてキックね。Very 簡単ね。まずはステップからトライね。
There's some sort of
トム
English
の
in the
方
actual
に
English dub.
2ステップするね。
With the anime,
Okay.
I think there is some.
Unbelievable! こんなに早
Yeah,
くマスターするなんてさすがはりょうね
Hello again.
ありがとうトム No, no, no ここからが本番ね
Yeah, he does say Karate
Eh?
Boy in the anime, which I found quite funny.
前に2ステップで First kick and second kick これが本当のトルネードキックね
Does he talk English in the Japanese dub?
やってみるね
He meant there is some broken English words in the Japanese, I'm sure. Like he says karate boy, he may well say something else. But I could be wrong. It's
I have. Obviously, we did watch it, but I can't remember.
りょうは good sense ねありがとうトム
you know,
トルネードキックは very powerful ね
That is
大
ridiculous.
勢に囲まれても
What's that?
こ
One,
のキッ
two.
クなら
Elden
みんな
Ring.
KO ねよかったら
okay.
もっとトレーニングする
I've kind of like tried to keep out of the Elden Ring loop
Yeah,
until I've
大丈夫だ
played it.
It does look good. It's like if you've like Demon Souls and those sorts of games, it does look really good.
トムの教え方が良かった
I
のさ
just I haven't got time to get my ass handed to me that much. I've got to
どうした
finish Horizon first.
I need to pick that up as well.
Horizon Forbidden West is good. I've done fuck all of the story, just running around doing side quests.
The only thing that interests me about Elden Ring is like knowing that
Sorry
what you were saying, it was like based on the
Nanda,
Sekiro
Toma.
engine or something. And I loved
明
Sekiro.
日アメリカに帰るねそんな急に急じゃないよ Long time thinking ねトム
Here we go. Gonna get that Tom cutscene I was on about where, like,
Yo,
after this,
要
Rhea
は
looks up
何
at
の
the
た
sky
め
and
に
sees a
ジョー
plane.
ニーするね俺は
If anyone thinks that that's actually Tom in the plane, I don't
リ
know.
ョウのファーに関係あるんでしょう
He does say tomorrow though, so
Ah.
yeah. I guess not.
やっぱりねトムは故郷に Go back リョウはこれからジョーニーね誰にもストップできないトム離れても You are my best friend
Yeah,
よ
a few
リ
people
ョ
think
ウ
that, I think.
I thought it
What am I
was, but you're right, because he leaves the next day, doesn't he?
Yeah. Says tomorrow I'm leaving for America.
今日が最後のトムのホットドッグ Very delicious よああもらうよ
Excellent. Right, time. Here we go. I like this scene. It was quite nice.
Yeah.
マイフレンドかトム
Yeah. I always thought it was Tom, with him saying my friend Tom. But he must just be looking at a random plane and just
Yeah.
thinking that he's going to be going somewhere.
Right, here we go. Let's hope I can do this in one run.
I used to always love this part of the game.
I like this part of the game.
Like once you're in the stage, you know, it's like just
本当に
amazing.
来るとはいい度胸だこっちだ
Asking him what in an interview what the fuck that scene was supposed to be.
Or while I'm stood next to him having a wee.
Fuck Pedro.
ここで待っていろ
記者はここに来るのか
仕事が終わった後
You know, one thing that
奴は
still
必ずここを通る
annoys me, or
What's
I'm
that?
disappointed in myself. Or remember at the dojo meetup,
Oh yeah.
scribe, and like everyone was like hyping me up for like being amazing at the 70-man battle, and I knew I wasn't good at the 70-man battle. I just happened to have won like a
記者
Yeah.
fastest
俺
time
と戦ってもら
contest.
おう
And then Scribe's like,
No,
watch
no.
this guy, it's good.
No,
And
you
I
didn't know
fucked up like before the first boss
No.
or something.
何
Yeah, okay. Your turn. Still eats away at me, guys. Sheep knows what I'm on about.
記者わざと負けろ
なんだと
あんたを倒せば蘭亭に会える
テリーみたい
I
なチン
doubt
ピ
he
ラを
does,
信じて
to
る
be
の
fair,
か
sheep. I think because in Japanese it isn't written like that, is it? So
No, it's not. I don't think. I know that certain people weren't massively happy with the translation.
お
In,
前こそ
on
さっ
the
さと負
English
けた方が身
side.
のためだぞ
お前にだと
怪我しないうちにさっさと倒れろ
how did they not even notice that? You know what I mean? Like Corey, how did he not notice that he was saying my friend instead of comrades?
I don't think he'd have questioned it.
You don't think?
I don't think he'd have remembered. And that's not me being rude. I just don't think he'd have remembered it.
そんな蹴りで俺を倒せるか。
貴様こそそれで蹴りのつもりか。
Ooh, got caught.
本気ってわけか。
貴様こそ
勝負だ。
望むところだ。
There we are.
行くぞ、葉月。
ああ、来い。
If
I
they
mean,
get Corey in to record the line,
they could fix it, but I can't see them doing it, to be honest.
I think they'll just press it as it was. The DLC, the lot. I don't think they'll fiddle with
To
it.
be fair,
やるじゃないか。
we did fix it ourselves, didn't we? You might just even be part of that Eric Calso mod, right? That once you've got that, it says Corey says my comrades.
Yeah.
Not my, you know what I
My
mean?
friend,
Comrades.
こんなことだろうと思った。
おい、動けるか。
Right.
Because that was like an unofficial redub that was.
汚いぞテリ
I'm
ー。
sure I can talk about it
貴
now.
様
It's
を
like
絶
3
対
years
に
on.
許さん。
Yeah.
そんなに俺が好きなら地獄に招待してやるぜ。
If you do, tough.
待て。
I'm looking forward to seeing
There's-
this in the anime, though. This is going to be sweet as fuck.
Yeah, this is going to be good. Do you think they'll show 70 people getting killed or, well,
I don't know.
defeated?
They'll show a lot. Whether it's bang on 70, I don't know. But I think it's going to be the big.
文句なら
This
後
is
で
the
聞くぜ。
first like real
そうだね。
big fight
やられる
scene
な
they're
よ。
going to go
そ
for.
っちこそ。
Yeah. Well, if you think about like what Rio's actually done, his biggest challenge was Chai, wasn't it, in the very first episode? Other than that, he's took everyone out with relative ease. The Charlie fight thing, the Heartbeats bar thing, that was quite easy for him.
どっちから
Hasn't
来る。
struggled with anyone since, has he?
No. Him and Guizhang have had some like sparring, haven't they? And then
Yeah.
obviously the fight at the end.
かかってこいよ。
But that's it. So I'm spamming kick.
This is what I do. This
Yeah.
flying kick thing. This is how I did it in that speed run.
It's
And then
not-
because I did it so many times, I knew who it was better to throw with like that. You know, when you do it and they block.
Yeah.
Lovely. Yeah. I knew what you meant, Sheep, actually. I just went on to a different topic.
Oh, boss number 1, sort of. Ah, damn. Cool.
Fair that. Now you've said that, like, we have got Corey to do the commas thing, but we haven't got him to do the scroll thing, have we? I don't think.
No. I'm sure he'd do it, in fairness.
Yeah, he would do it.
力任せだな。
See, when you listen to
もうバテたのか。
it was your Bill Black interview, wasn't it, where he was saying that they recorded or they stayed
They stayed
up
late.
till that late, yeah, doing some re-records for like
まだ未熟だな。
bad mistranslations, probably like that, to be fair, because that is the phone call conversation stuff, like the comrades thing. You don't know about the scroll thing, that might have been kept in the game because they didn't realise, but the phone conversations, apparently they did
Oi,
redo, didn't they?
guys,
Yeah, and they got lost
And-
or didn't get submitted in the right way.
俺が全部相
So
手してや
they
ろう
didn't
か
get。into the game, which is
Ozai
really
did.
disappointing. I feel for Bill because they did all that work
and was it Deep Silver or something kept the original files, didn't they?
Yeah, whoever it was dealing with it used the original files.
Yeah, which is a shame because apparently there was like a lot of like just random dialogue from NPCs as well that they weren't keen on, that they redid. And obviously, I mean, the random dialogue stuff obviously wasn't a problem because no one's really mentioned that but stuff. But the telephone conversations was like quite a big one.
Yeah,
It could have been fixed.
Damn it! I keep getting caught.
Yeah, I mean, those files must be somewhere. Must be on someone's hard drive. It just needs that work, doesn't it, to get them back in again.
Damn it! Second boss is messing me up. Oh, he's dead. Good. Get some energy back.
Just is it worth the time and money for that? I know, like Limited Run, Josh or whatever is a massive fan who probably would be willing to like do that, but in terms of releasing like a 1,000 copy physical,
it's not worth it.
And that's the only way. That's the only way that you're going to hear those new lines or those read-on lines. It probably isn't worth it, is it?
No, and I bet he's taking all the risk on that as well. He did with the original collector's edition. He took all the risk on it.
Yeah.
So if that didn't succeed, he lost money. Luckily, it all sold out, so it was, obviously he didn't lose money.
Did the limited, like the complete one, sell out?
I don't think it had a limited number, but I could be making that up. I might be completely wrong. Someone in chat will probably know.
The only reason I say it is because I listened to that Sega Bits Shenmue 3 thing, and I felt like they were saying that they didn't even sell out of the complete edition.
I don't think it had a limited number on it. I know that the LP sets did, like the 11 LP sets definitely did.
That could be what they were about, actually. Yeah, that didn't sell out then.
So here we fucking go. Not bad.
I should wonder how much of that stuff, they did sell, because obviously it was quite a pricey box set, wasn't it? That 11 LP set.
Run away!
Same with the music box. Is the music box still in stock?
I don't know.
Who was that from? Was it Brave? It wasn't Brave Way, was it?
Not Big Wax. Oh bugger, Wayo Records.
Wayo. It's not sold out. Oh, it does say less than 50 remaining though, which I don't think it said before.
What, the music box?
Yeah.
I think people, because it's quite an expensive item, it's one of those I think people can save up for.
Well, at the Sega Shop UK, Sheeps has said he's waiting for that to go on sale.
For fuck's sake.
So, I assume it's still in stock there, yeah?
I'm getting absolutely battered here.
Which it is, okay. So whether or not that takes into account the ones that the Sega Shop have got, so if they made a line of 350 and Wayo's saying that they've got less than 50 remaining, do you reckon Sega Shop have got some of those 50, or?
I reckon they might have a separate allocation, Sega Shop.
Separate allocation.
Oh, that hurt.
Just priced quite high, wasn't it, really? For the average sort of collector. Or Shenmue fan, I suppose. Like 260 quid it is on the Sega Shop. Right. Right,
Fucking
you've got this
punch.
guy. You've done well to get this done, Matt. To be fair, in your first attempt,
I'm getting battered here.
because normally it like scales difficulty-wise, doesn't it?
Get some health back.
I think we're a little bit behind where you are. So, like then you had like one orb left.
Fuck. Oh shit, oh shit.
At this point, I tend to like hold the sprint button down and just run off.
I was debating it.
Yeah, and stop running around in a circle. That's what I usually
Oh,
do.
I've just killed him. Ah!
Really?
Fuck you, Pedro!
Get in.
Fuck off.
First attempt.
Nobody likes you, Pedro, you bitch.
But yeah, flying waffle, it does scale.
Yeah, it does.
In fact, Blue Moo did a video where I think after like 10 deaths or something, Rio's just invincible.
Oh, I wasn't even paying attention. Whoops.
Oh well. Imagine if you had to do the whole thing again.
I think I'd cry. Yeah, I wasn't even looking. I was celebrating too much.
Well, I find that Blue Moo video. It's good.
Hazuki.
Sheep, I did get it fixed, mate. Yeah, they sent me another pane of glass.
Quite an easy fix as well.
It was quite an easy fix. I was worried, like prodding out a broken piece of glass, but it just came out, and then the other one just sort of popped back in. It was quite easy. So you'd never know. I mean, I've got it right in front of me if anyone wants a rendition of it.
Beautiful. Fucking dead.
What was that Blue Moo video called? Can you remember?
I can't, no.
おい、蘭亭はどこにいる？
てめえもすげえ野郎だな。
答えろ。
あの薄気味悪い男が船まで案内してったぜ。
I forget what he was actually doing. What was the purpose of
残
his
念だった
video?
な。そんなに会いてえなら
That's fine.
泳いでしら。くそ。
Three bosses at once, that's the one.
結局、蘭亭に会えなかった。あと、追うのか。このまま諦めてたまるか。
So I basically linked that for you, Flying Waffle. So basically, this is a video by Blue Moo.
親父に
And
話
because
して
he's
おく。
lost so many times, the sent him on battle.
お前に手を貸すように。
The difficulty scaled so much that he doesn't even die. So he
また後で連絡してこい。
gets to a point where he's got all three bosses. So the guy in the green, the guy with the stick, and
あ
Pedro,
りがとう。
and fights them all at once.
それは俺のセリフだ。
Right, there we go.
Good job, man.
I'm going to
Very
save
good.
that there. Right, because we are, what, just coming up to 3 hours on stream. So I'm going to call things there. For everybody who's been a regular, you'll see us again on Sunday, 8 o'clock for our blind anime watch along. Can't wait to see episode 5. It's going to be a good one, I think. Hopefully we open the 70-man battle and it all kicks off and we end up in Hong Kong. I'm pretty sure we will.
It's quite good, mate, as well, that we haven't seen anything of it.
No, we know
so
nothing.
We literally are going in blind for this one.
We know nothing, so we have to sort of go into hiding, I think, a little bit on Sunday, which is fine. We can do that. We've done it for the last 4 weeks. It's fine. So all that remains for me to say is thank you to everybody in chat who's been sticking around with us for the last 3 hours, chatting away, engaging with us. It's been fantastic. Thank you to everybody who consumes all the content that we put out. Don't forget to give us a like, share, subscribe over on YouTube, social media, Twitter. Don't forget hashtag Let's Get Shenmue 4 on the 4th of every month. Hashtag Shenmue Anime everywhere that you can. All I have to say is goodbye from me and goodbye from James.
Bye from James.
Get your saxophones out, everybody. We will see you again on Sunday, 8 o'clock for the anime watch-alongs. Take care. Have a good weekend. See you soon.
Take care, everyone. See you soon.
寂しさ